Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Only on Ghana Talks Radio. Turn it up and stay tuned for the talk that moves you and keeps your heart in tune. From the traffic to the trends, we got something for your day. Every voice, every vision, lighting up the way.
Is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Your day begins when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. When you see cause on where the spark inside the flame, from the first light to the last mile. Stay with us, so. Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Only on Ghana Talks Radio. Turn it up and stay tuned for the talk that moves you and keeps your heart in tune. From the traffic to the trends, we got something for your day. Every voice,
Thank God it's Friday. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Good morning to you, lovely listeners and viewers of Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. Right here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the relevant stories and informed perspectives on matters that matter to you every morning right here on the show. This is your favorite online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. Remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio TV, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do well to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. Join us this morning. Come and tell us your mind. Show us your opinion. Tell us your opinion right there in the comment section. All you need to do is just type. The comment section is for you. So make sure you draw your comments over there. I am your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbadu. And this morning, I'll be serving you breakfast with Miss Regina Bless and Miss Tabiado. So, good morning, ladies. You are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Good morning.
Hope all is well.
By grace.
Well. I see Miss Regina wearing Ghana jersey. Are you going somewhere after here?
I can't wear my Ghana jersey again.
It's just a question, my dear. Are we going Didn't anybody ask you? And I said, "Cow na so." They watch yourself. But anyways, you're welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. You're looking good in your yellow jersey.
Thank you.
That one there, you're blushing. Alright, so yesterday was the budget presentation. What actually caught your attention? Share with me in the comment section. Did it meet your expectation? And afterwards, you know the minority there. They never disappoint. Afterwards, they will come and give their press conference. They will come and tell us the real budget. And so it is what it is. But yesterday, did the budget reading actually meet your expectation, Ms. Debbie? I saw that you were following so keenly.
So the budget was good. It wasn't bad.
You understood
Producer.
everything. You took your time and listened to everything.
I did. I didn't follow to the end.
To the end.
That was after they took the light off. But
After Arthur said, you have paid so and so to keep the lights on.
yes, and
Then
then
they took the
all of a
lights.
sudden they took the light, and I
Oh,
was like,
Arthur.
oh, they've paid money, and so the light was taken. But then the light came. It came not quite long.
It didn't keep
The light came. So I feel like yes, the budget was good. One thing that I feel they didn't touch on was price, fuel price, and all that, and that was something that a lot of people spoke about as what they are expecting the finance minister to touch on. When we went out on Wednesday or Tuesday, I think Tuesday, we spoke to some drivers, and then they said the prices of fuel has decreased. No, the prices of fuel when the president came to power was decreased, and then they asked them to decrease the prices of transport fares. But then, as it stands now, it has been increased, but the drivers are still being told to maintain the normal fares, and that is why they tend to load passengers like in badges yes. So they said that is one thing that they wish the government would speak on, but then I feel like the finance minister didn't really touch on that. And I think one thing that he said that got me thinking was, he said I'm coming, so I don't want to get out of context.
You don't want to get it wrong.
He said something like yes. So he said 950,000 persons reduction in multi-dimensional poverty nationwide. And then when I said, I was like, hey,
I'm not rich.
in Ghana here, wow. So it means that Ghana, we are not in poverty. 950,000 people are out of poverty. We should tell you that they are on track. So it kept dawning on me. I was like, as for this one, where did they get it from? But then, well, maybe they went in for their survey and all that, but then I still feel like we still have people who are complaining, because even before the media budget was read, we had people who were complaining that they don't even understand inflation. They say inflation has dropped, the cedi to the dollar is stabilized, but they still can't really feel it in the impact in their pocket. And I think he said government accrued 15 billion in foreign exchange, and then also 100 billion from Ghana's economy so far in the history of Ghana. And I was like, hey, okay, so Ghana is recognized as the 8th largest economy in Africa. This was one thing that caught my attention.
I think we read on that.
I was like, hey, Wow, this is so impressive. And then inflation also dropping from 23 to 5%. And then Ghana also achieving statutory target ahead of GDP. And also he said billions of cedis have been disbursed to education, health and other sectors as well. And then he said the 2026 budget is firmly on track. He specifically told the Speaker of Parliament that we are not going back. So it's like backwards never and then forward ever. So the budget, he said, is sound because of competent management. And then I think he also said the DDEP, that is Domestic Debt Exchange Program, that was being introduced during the previous administration. They were not able to pay some of this what's the name? This pensioners. So he said they will pay them, and they're going to pay them in full and on time. Yes, so I think this is one of the things that caught my attention that I pinpointed yesterday. And I think he also said that 4.2 billion saved from less borrowing. So we said Ghana is exiting from IMF. We are not going to borrow again. And he said as a result of that, Ghana have we have a revenue. So what we have now is 4.2 billion. And then he said 3 years back, due to that, Ghana is now attracted to the international market. But and in as much as we are attracted, everybody's calling us, we are not in rush.
We are not in a rush.
Yes.
The market is calling us now.
But we are not in a rush.
We are not the ones chasing us on the market
Yes,
this time around.
yes.
Yeah, I can see that you are so
Yes.
excited about the budget.
Yeah.
That should tell you that Ms. Debbie is equally impressed by what was
Yeah,
presented
yeah.
yesterday in Parliament. Ms. Regina, what is your overall assessment of the budget reading before we get into the
Oh,
details?
it's in the major news headlines.
Oh, you just tell me how you
Oh,
felt
it's-
about it.
If I
Oh, tell
say
me.
it,
What will you
right?
say?
Just share your
Baumia.
feedback. Were you impressed?
Oh,
Were you
yeah.
disappointed?
You are worried about
Did you
my shoes
expect?
this morning.
Were you expecting more?
I wasn't really expecting more, but I would say I was really impressed because looking at some of the punchlines he gave, I was like, this is someone who is really working. He knows what he's doing.
knows what
He
he's
wouldn't
doing.
come to Parliament and be quoting quotations. He's actually giving us facts, facts and evidences. So I think I'm happy. And one thing I'm happy about is the fact that they've taken off the excise duty off locally manufactured drinks.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
You see,
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. I'm not talking
Oh,
again.
I beg you, please talk. Hey, it's our job to be talking. No, don't forget.
Hey. So I'll it's okay. Let's read so that
Hey,
even if I
Miss
say what I want
Regina.
to say now, it is my submission.
You'll not
know,
say. So that is it. You can see that Miss Debbie is so excited about the presentation that was made yesterday in Parliament, and Miss Regina is equally also excited and impressed about it. She said that they didn't quote quotations to us, but that was a great presentation from the finance minister. Right, so we are going to get into the details of certain parts of the budget. Government to build 10 new SHS, upgrade 50 others under $300 million education plan. The government has announced a $300 million education program funded by the World Bank to improve infrastructure in Ghana's secondary schools. Presenting the 2026 mid-year budget review, Finance Minister Kesalato Forsen said the initiative will deliver 210 major infrastructure projects across the country. Under the program, the government will build 10 new senior high schools, rehabilitate 150 existing secondary schools, upgrade 30 Category C schools to Category B schools, upgrade 20 Category B schools to Category A schools, and supply furniture to the beneficiary schools. According to the Finance Minister, the investment is aimed at addressing infrastructure challenges such as inadequate classrooms, limited learning space, and poor school facilities, while improving access to quality secondary education. He said education remains a key priority for national development, and the government is committed to creating a better learning environment for students across the country. So this was part of the presentation Dr. Kitalato Forsan yesterday made during the presentation of the 2026 mid-year budget review, where he cited that government is to build 10 new SHS and upgrade 50 other secondary schools under the 300 million US dollars education plan, of which will be funded by the World Bank. You are going to see some category B schools being upgraded to category A schools, category C schools will be upgraded to category B schools, and then it goes on and on and on. And then with that, they are going to supply furnitures to the beneficiary schools. Mr. B, what's your thought on this?
Yeah. This is it's a good one, because if you look at our education system, there are a lot of work to be done, especially when it has to do with infrastructure. It is quite sad because anytime we sit here to talk about education, we have to talk about infrastructure, because we still have students that are learning under trees. We still have some part in Ghana here that they don't have a well structured school building. Yes, recently the Minister of Education said they want to introduce foreign language, like the Ghanaian language. They want to make it compulsory from the basic level. And they said they want to introduce AI coding and Chinese and some other languages, and I feel like this is very good. But the one thing I asked myself was that, what of those schools in remote areas that do not have the resources and the capacity? Because introducing this in the new curriculum means that you need to get teachers that are so fluent in the Chinese language, and then you also need to get them resources to teach these students. This is a new dialect that they've not heard before, so you need to get them the resources. And so when it happens like that, how are you going to make it so attractive, this remote areas attractive for these teachers, so that when they go or they input their name in the computer, and then it tells them that you are being posted to Nyamebe Train number 3, and then you get there, how enticing or appealing is it going to be for this freshly graduated students who completed from University of Ghana, Legon, APSA, Winneba, this big university? He or she have seen life. He or she have seen how beauty Accra is and how easy life is here. And then you're posting him or her to this remote area where he is going to teach such a language without no resources available. So I feel like this is the fact that he's channeling his attention to infrastructure is something very, very important to me, and I feel like we should take it so serious. We have some schools in Ghana here that the students have not even seen a computer before. They've not seen a laptop before. They don't even know what it is. A lot of them get to know more about computer when they get to the university, because you need to be writing your own notes. You need to be taking it is compulsory. You just have to get it. There are some teachers that will not even like to teach you on one-on-one, but on Zoom. So you need the laptop, you need the tablet. So most of these students get to know more about the computer when they get to the university. So I feel like this is something very significant that he has mentioned. And just as I always say, I hope this is not going to remain on paper. It is going to materialize. They have less than 1.5 years to leave power. So I hope that whatever he's bringing on board, he is going to hasten it and ensure that it is being manifested at the right time.
Right. Thank you, Ms. Debbie. Ms. Regina, now we are into the details.
So when it comes to our education sector, our education sector is very, very, very important, because looking at the fact that the kids of today, the youth of today, when it comes to their knowledge, it's very wide, it's broadened. But looking at let me use 90% of our education sector, or probably 70% of our education sector, is not appealing. They don't make it attractive enough for the youth of today to even, should I say, stress or even worry about education. I have some few friends who, after completing SHS, they were like, Masa, school no come into asubium. Because page maybe I. And in as much as I try to talk them to at least further their education to get certain certificate, they were like, well, let me get the money first. If I get the money first, I would still further with my education. And in a way, it made sense to me. And asking some of these people their reasons, they were like, at the end of the day, when you pay all these school fees, school crown puno, they don't even have some of these little equipments that you would need in school, so they see no need in wasting their time. And it makes sense to me. As she said, up till now in this century, there are some students who have never even seen computer before.
Exactly.
Computer na huna ebuso, laptop ebuso aha, mouse ebuso. Some people, then time, some people, even if you say mouse, the things that you are talking about live mouse, so these are the kind of things that need enhancement. And also looking at the fact that when you go to some of these rural communities, they still teach under trees. Some of these are in the deteriorated buildings. Some of these people sit on the floor to learn. And looking at some of the teachers, I always say teachers really do well. Teachers really do well, because if you are living the comfort of your home, if you are living uninterrupted electricity, your water is intact, your bed, like the comfort of your home, see how cozy your room is. Now I share crass, maybe the mean cool, I share crass.
You need to have connections.
And a mad house. That is what these people are living in, and they still genuinely and out of their free will still teach these students. I saw a video where a teacher, she was freshly posted to one of these rural communities. She got there, she was asking these kids 1+1, so they were just there looking at her face. And it wasn't a community where they were fluent in tree also. So just imagine you employ or you put a teacher there who or not the only my brofo and tree. How would he or she communicate with these people? Exactly. So with our education, it needs a lot of enhancements. And also with the 50+ renovation, it is very necessary, because some of the schools should not even be listed as category D or C schools. They are very intelligent students, and I always say the intelligent student that makes the school A. But in Ghana here, most of the A schools is based on their buildings
and popularity.
Exactly. But because our school in there for no any obi or school or mango CSHS, a context. That's when you be. So sometimes with the category of schools, it's not about the buildings, but it's about how intellectually sound the person is. So with the building of 10 new SHS, it's also very important to stop that double track.
And just a minute, I think they should modernize the dormitories. Oh, it's bad to see. I came across a video yesterday. It was a Chinese video, and then they were showing their dorm. Like I felt like I should go back to school. Like it was so nice
in Ghana,
in China. Like it was so nice. Everything in there was so conducive, and I was like, so what are we doing here? But when you come here, a tabo, and then we have about 20 people in the room. This one, I think the maximum takes like 3 per in a room. 3 in a room. But then Ghana here,
we will get there. We will get there gradually. Yeah, Miss Debbie. Miss Regina, you are done with your submission.
Yeah,
you are done. Okay, thank you so much. Government to scrap 20% excise duty on locally made fruit juice. The government has announced plans to reduce the 20% excise duty on locally manufactured fruit juice as part of measures to support local businesses, boost agro-processing and create more jobs. Finance Minister Dr. Keselato Forson made the announcement yesterday during the mid-year budget review. The excise duty on locally produced fruit juice was introduced in 2023. Government now intends to abolish it under proposed reforms to the country's excise tax system. The finance minister said the move is expected to reduce the financial burden on local manufacturers and encourage investment and growth in Ghana's agro-processing industry. The reforms will also target challenges in the collection of excise duties on imported products, particularly wines and spirits. According to Dr. Keselato Forson, government's analysis showed that between 2023 and 2025, wine and spirits imports with taxable value of more than 5 billion Ghana cedis entered customs proceedings such as warehousing, transit, temporary admission and free zones. He said about 78% of these imports, valued at nearly 4 billion Ghana cedis, did not attract excise duty. To address this, government plans to introduce a hybrid excise system for wines and spirits, combining taxation based on both the value and quantity of product. The aim is to prevent practices such as undervaluation and misclassification of imported goods. Government also plans to review the existing sliding scale excise rates on beer and stout and introduce stronger compliance measures, including mandatory electronic registration of stockists, a nationwide track and trace system, and tougher penalties for violations. The government says the broader reforms are intended to make the excise tax system more efficient, reduce revenue leakages, support local industries, and ensure that the state collects the appropriate tax from taxable products. I think there's a good news for those that are into wine, spirit, and locally produced fruit juice. Would you admit that naturally fruit juice are expensive? Ms. Regina?
They are very expensive.
Very, very. Would you say that it is because of these tax and duties on them? So this time around, that is going to be scrapped.
There is this fruit juice I really take. It's in a something nutri fruit. It's locally made, and it came in sachet. As at last 2 years, it was 7 cedis sachet. You see, Nigerians, they have something called caprisone. I could say, and it's a nutri then Americano. And it's very nice, very, very nice. The moment you take it, you know that indeed you've taken something fresh within you. And it has no preservatives, so it always has to be in the fridge to make sure that it's always fresh each and every time. And last year when it came, all of a sudden they've changed the package, to this Vitamilk bottle. And guess what? 30 cedis. Wow. From 7 cedis to 30 cedis. And I was asking the woman that why? How come it's 30 cedis? And I was saying, she said, no boy. Then I'm saying, no boy. Then saying, bottle no boy. Then because bottle no, Oko China more a Google 5 cedis, 7 cedis, and do 10 cedis simple. So what then? I no boy. Then on this one has and Papa be or back at me. Then to this year, you see this normal glass bottles. It has this black lid you just open. Yeah. She changed it to that bottle and 40 cedis. And I was like, Just last 2 years it was 7 cedis. It came, it was 30 cedis. Now it has come, it's 40 cedis. Me, I'll not buy again. If I want juice, I'll go and buy the fruit. And I'll blend it myself and
buy the
drink.
juicer.
Now let's use a kumfi.
Yeah.
Have you seen a kumfi again? No. A kumfi when it came, it was very nice.
I really like it.
Oh,
with the ginger inside, with the pineapple.
Where the unna now nya chilled one now no ma. Na a good bosso jaw. Sana 2023. I'm the excise, then duty, and a buyer. Excise duty, they almost say indirect taxes on manufactured products right here in Ghana, locally. Meka say, Abine Kahubina or bought some of these companies and businesses, they are collapsing them. And to deviate a bit, we've seen some companies that are not based in Ghana products, but they are in Ghana here. A lot of these people have left due to tax, and their businesses have collapsed. We've seen some of these importation businesses, some of these delivery services, and also I think big crowd or your pen crampo koye. Glovo also left. A lot of businesses have left because of these taxes, and we are not saying that they shouldn't tax. They need to tax because you have the direct and indirect taxes. But tax 20% no more they adding.
At least we should see the evidence of what these taxes are doing.
Excise duty. And I've never heard former finance minister reading budgets, giving being accountable on this excise duty. So at the end of the day, excise duty say the revenue collected for excise duty was used in this or that. Nothing. So with the locally manufactured product in Ghana, it even needs to be pampered rather than we pampering all these foreign goods. Because it is a fear. They are the same people who tell us that it's Ghana, wear Ghana, dress Ghana, squat Ghana, vomit Ghana, do everything Ghana. And they are the same people who will still put outrageous tax demands on that same product, which doesn't make sense. So I'm very happy with the fact that finally the 20% has been taken off. So we should be seeing more of this locally made juice. Nowadays, some of them even do it in their room. Or register for my own, but fat tax and so. They'll do it in their room. They'll blend it in their room and sell it to their online customers. And that, in a way, also is not helping because it has to be FDA approved.
Exactly.
And also, we should be seeing more of a kumfi now. Now that they've taken off the tax, we didn't really know why they were off for a very long time. I don't know. Once a pineapple there, it has its seasons. But even though it has its season, you shouldn't automatically go off because it has its seasons. And so what about which we have our season, we will not drink it.
They beg, please drink it.
Okay, so the main reason why the excise duty was imposed was to discourage the youth who are so much into alcohol, because this tax we are talking about is not only on fruit juice, it is also on alcoholic beverages as well. And so they imposed a tax because they wanted to discourage the number of young men and women out there who are so much into drinking alcohols and all that. And aside that, this taxes that is being imposed on fruit juice, locally made fruit juice, makes it so difficult for the manufacturers and the importers. And so when it happens like that, they are supposed to pay those taxes to the government, but then they impose the taxes on us, because I don't think you venture into a business and you have the mindset that you are going to lose. Everyone who venture into a business venture into it because they want profit. So if at the end of the day the government is taking 20% from what I make, now you see to ask yourself, how much do I make in a month? This is a whole business I've brought on board. I'm manufacturing it. Maybe the machines I'm using is personally bought, and the factories I'm using, maybe I've rented it, the electricity and all that. You don't even count that. So you ask yourself, how much do you make? The taxes you pay on these bills, the electricity, the water, and also the 20%. And so when it happens like that, the consumer suffer the more. They put all this burden on the consumer. So when you buy it, when maybe, just like Regina said, she used to buy the drink at 7, but when it was rebranded into soya milk bottle, it was 30 cedis. When it came into the glass or the normal bottle, it was 40 cedis. So you know, if it is supposed to, maybe they were supposed to sell it at a price of say 15 cedis, but because of all these taxes, not only the 20% tax, so they pay electricity, they pay water, they pay other taxes as well. And so they add all these things together. So when you're paying when you're buying it at 40 cedis, they now subtract all these taxes from the money, and then they are left with their profit. So the government about to scrap this 20% tax automatically means that it's going to reduce the burden on the consumer.
And also reduce the price as well.
And also bring some relief to importers and manufacturers. So this is a relief for both the consumer, both the importer, and both the manufacturer. But then I feel like we should also look at the other side of it, and that has to do with the alcohol. When it happens like that, people will begin to abuse it and then drink more of the alcohol. But it also depends on the rate at which they are going to reduce it. Maybe it's going to be a percentage, maybe 2, maybe 3. So with the kind of percentage that comes on board, and it will now reflect on the money. So if it is 2% and maybe the drink is being sold at 5 cedis, how much are we going to reduce it? Yes. So in a way, it is good.
It's a relief.
Yes, a relief.
It's a relief. Let's look at our next story. Government to introduce new cocoa board bill guarantees cocoa farmers 70% of FOB price. The government has announced plans to introduce a new cocoa board bill aimed at reforming the management and financing of Ghana's cocoa sector. Presenting the 2026 mid-year budget review, Dr. Kisela Tufosen said the proposed legislation will introduce a new system for determining cocoa producer prices. Under the new framework, cocoa prices paid to farmers will be linked to developments in international cocoa prices, the exchange rate, and other market conditions. The government also intends to guarantee cocoa farmers not less than 70% of the gross free on board or FOB price of cocoa. This means farmers would receive a larger share of the value generated from the export of their cocoa beans. And the proposed reforms will also introduce a new financing framework for cocoa purchases and other operations of cocoa board. Government says this is intended to improve the financial sustainability and operational efficiency of the cocoa sector. Is this achievable? We don't want any stories with this whole cocoa controversies and Buhara. Ms. David, they are going to introduce a bill that the cocoa farmers are going to receive a larger share when these cocoas are being exported and the money they generate out of it. But you know the issues we have already.
I think one of my slogan is there is nothing inachievable. If only, if only you set your mind on achieving something, why not? You can still achieve it with discipline. You will still achieve it. But looking at this case, the cocoa sector is already in crisis, and I feel like they are looking for means and ways to fix that crisis. So I remember in February, the finance minister made the announcement that there will need to be some restructure to ensure that this crisis are being fixed, and that is because we've seen instances where these cocoa farmers kept complaining that they are not getting what they are supposed to get on the cocoa. They invest much time and energy in it. See, it is very, very tiring. A farmer goes through a lot, and especially when it has to do with cocoa. You invest your energy, you invest your time, you invest your money, you invest almost everything. And if at the end of the day you don't get what you're supposed to make, it devastates you, it frustrates you, and then it makes you think as if you are wasting your time. So I feel like this is good. This is good because, let me bring out my point here. It will guarantee farmers a fair and predictable price. So if the bill will introduce an automatic adjustment of producer price based on the world market price, which is being stated by the finance minister, that they are not going to pay these people because they feel like they want to pay them, but they are going to pay them based on what is being reflected on the international market. So if say maybe a bag is being sold at a lesser price at the international market, it means that the country will gain more. If the country is gaining more, then it means that we have to pay these cocoa farmers a higher price and not a lower one. So I feel like that is good, and it will also legally guarantee farmers a minimum of 70% of the gross FOB price, and also to fix payment delays and financial problems at Cocoa Board. So we've had instances where thousands of farmers were owed money with some unpaid since November 2025. Cocoa Board has also 50,000 metric tons of unsold cocoa, and LBCs are owed about 2.4 billion. So the bill is part of broader reform to restore financial viability and transparency. I think last year we saw an instance where they said Cocoa Board owed a large amount of debt, and we got to realize that this debt was accrued by the previous administration. So, but then they have to pay it off. And then we saw instances where the CEO of Cocoa Board plus some workers in Cocoa Board decided that they are going to slash their salaries, so that they will cover this debt. So it will also restructure Cocoa Board and stop non-core activities. So government plans to restrict Cocoa Board from non-core activities and improve governance, convert the 5.8 billion legacy debt to restore positive equity, transferred road liability of 4.35 billion to the Ministry of Roads, and also introduce a new financing module from 2026-2027 using domestic cocoa bonds instead of the old syndicated loan. And it also boosts local processing and jobs. If this is being done, it attracts people. It attracts even the youth to engage in cocoa farming. In those days, uti cocoa crachia, it means sika. But now when you hear of a cocoa farmer, masa, you yourself, you know that whatever they take is a penny.
Africa. What's it, Gina? Good luck to them.
So Cocoa Board.
It's too short.
Is it a good policy?
Oh, it's a good thing. That's why I'm saying good luck to them. As she said, it shouldn't be a policy that is only good on paper, but it should be something that we will see effective implementation. And also, they are already in crisis. They already have trouble with cocoa farmers, so they shouldn't introduce a policy. It will sweeten the ears of these cocoa farmers, and at the end of the day, you come and be telling our story.
That is why I was asking if it's achievable.
You see, so that's why I made it short and said good luck.
Good luck.
Mind you, the minority is also on standby.
Yes. So they are waiting. Yesterday, what the minority
divided house.
And
I like how majority also gave it back to them.
Brain came back, free will to me. Hey. Can you pop on me yesterday? Now, Thank you so much for joining us on the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history and some few global observances live on GhanaTalks breakfast show. On this day, 1943, Operation Gomorrah is launched. Operation Gomorrah was a devastating, sustained Allied bombing campaign targeting the German port city of Hamburg from July 24th to August 3rd, 1943. Utilizing thousands of tons of high explosives and incendiaries. It created an unprecedented firestorm that killed an estimated 34,000 to 46,000 civilians and reduced half the city to ashes. Moving on, 1915, hundreds drown in Eastland disaster. The passenger ship SS Eastland capsized in the Chicago River, packed with employees from the Western Electric Company and their families heading to a picnic in Michigan City, Indiana. The disaster claimed 844 lives. It remains the deadliest single shipwreck in Great Lakes history. Moving on, 1901, short story writer O. Henry is released from prison, whose real name was William Sidney Porter, was released from the Ohio State Penitentiary in July 1901 after serving over 3 years for embezzlement. He began writing stories while incarcerated to support his daughter, adopting his famous pseudonym to distance himself from his conviction. After his release, Porter relocated to New York City and became a prolific writer. He established a legendary career writing hundreds of witty, twist-filled tales about everyday urban life, including beloved holiday classics like The Gift of the Maggie, to dive deeper into the fascinating trajectory from his prison days to literary fame. To some few global observances. Today is Cousins Day. It is a dedicated day to honor the unique lifelong bonds shared between cousins who often serve as our very first childhood friends and playmates. Whether you grew up together in the same household or only catch up at family reunions, cousins hold a special place in the family tree. So do well to call your cousin today and check up. You not call. International Self-Care Day. The date symbolizes the need to practice self-care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It aims to raise awareness about the importance of proactive daily practices like healthy eating, exercise, and maintaining sleep schedules to prevent illness and improve overall well-being. So today is International Self-Care Day. Do well to take care of yourself. And lastly, Tell an Old Joke Day. It is all about dusting off your favorite classic, clean and corny punchlines. It is the perfect excuse to share some retro humor and keep timeless gags from fading. So do well to tell that old joke today. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
You want to check up on your cousin as well, Miss Debbie?
I don't even know whether they are still alive.
I'm cousin.
Hey, man. Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear, or favor. The Minority Caucus in Parliament has criticized the 2026 Media Budget Review, describing the presentation as uninspiring and lacking the substance needed to address the concerns of Ghanaians. The Minority Leader Alexander Kwenyo-Makin made the remarks while responding to the review presented by the Minister for Finance. According to the Futu legislator, the Finance Minister's presentation contained broad statements and claims about government achievement, but failed to provide sufficient details and evidence to support the assertions made. Kwenyo-Makin argued that the budget review did not provide the level of clarity and accountability expected from a media assessment, particularly regarding government expenditure, payments made, and the implementation of key policies. He questioned why the government did not provide specific details on some of its payments it claimed to have made, insisting that Parliament and the Ghanaian public deserved more comprehensive information on the use of state resources. The minority leader further accused the government of focusing on rhetoric rather than presenting concrete solutions to the economic and social challenges facing citizens. This review is full of English with empty payment. The payment they say they've done. Why didn't they give us detail, Mr. Speaker? This review is uninspiring and there is no inspiration in it. What we are experiencing in this country is persecution. You are persecuting people and you are here telling us you are running an economy. He questioned the government claims of economic progress, arguing that the reported achievement in the review did not reflect the realities experienced by many Ghanaians. So this was from the minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin yesterday after the budget was read by the Minister of Finance. The Parliament House became a bit, I don't want to use the word chaotic, but chaotic not in the sense that they destroy something like what we've seen in previous time, but this has to do with exchange, and it was kind of funny. It was funny because I feel like whatever the minority was raising for me, it is not based on fact. So you are saying that what the finance minister presented was empty. And then, sincerely speaking, whatever the finance minister presented yesterday wasn't empty. I mean, he stated what they've done, what they've used the money for, taxes that they want to scrap. He spoke about it. And he even said, because Ghana, we are not borrowing, it has generated us billions of cedis. He said that. So they should clearly tell you that he didn't just come to play. He worked so hard towards that, and then he came to present the budget. In as much as there are some point that we wanted him to hit on, which he didn't hit, and that has to do with the fuel and all that, I think the budget presented yesterday was okay. So I see no reason why the minority leader will have to, turn the whole thing upside down to the extent of bringing in persecution of people. And it was funny. So intentionally, when I saw the video yesterday, I saw the minority in black. So I kept asking myself, are these people up to something again? Because it is usual of them. We've seen them like that. We've seen the instances with the cocoa, where the minority caucus in parliament went there with black and sash, and then with cocoa in their hand. So this is not something surprising. But when I saw the attire yesterday, it kept dawning on me. So I asked myself, these people, are they up to something again? So I was waiting for the aftermath. That is, after the finance minister was done with the presentation, I know there will be a drama. And they never disappointed. Like they showed it. They clearly showed it. And then they were calling for the release of Wontumi. And I asked myself, and then Wontumi saying, the case of Wontumi has nothing to do with the budget that was being read yesterday. No. And you see, I think we should get something clear. The government is not persecuting anybody. The government is not after anybody. This is the law, and this is what the law states. We are all not kids, unless for a child that is born today. But we all here are adults, including the minority, the majority, and everyone else in Ghana. We know what the law states. The law states that when you go to kill someone, what should be done to you? Then instead that you might be fined or you might be sentenced with hard labor. So you know it is plain. So if you go ahead to kill someone, and then the law states, the law is saying that you should be jailed or you should be sentenced to life imprisonment, what the judgment they gave to you is based on what you did. It's not as if the judge just woke up and then felt like, oh, because of what the atrocity of what you've caused, and so they have given you this bill, this jail term. No. Whatever judgment they've given now is based on what the law states. So the government is not about anybody. And then he kept saying that they were expecting him to also speak on the arrest of people, and that the government is infringing on the rights of people when it has to do with freedom of speech. They were supposed to talk on that. They didn't do that. And so whatever they presented was empty. Like, so automatically he's trying to say that whatever the finance minister presented has no, like, there is no iota of sense in it. That is what he's trying to say. And whatever he was raising does not even tally. It does not correlate with what the finance minister said. If you want to question the finance minister, you should question him on based on what he delivered in parliament. You should question him on that. I was even expecting them to ask the finance minister, because he said that 95,000 of Ghanaians are no longer living in poverty. So I was even expecting the minority caucus to question him. How true is that? Because we want to know, but they don't even ask the right questions. They end up asking questions that do not even tally with what the person went there to do. So you're talking about persecution. No one is persecuting anybody. If you go to mine in the forest reserves, or you go to mine on our water bodies to destroy our lands, and just in the name of gold, and then the evidence and everything is clear, it is simple. The laws state that you should be jailed for 25 years. And this same law was changed by your government. It was 5 years. And you made it 25 years. You made it 25 years. So, under the conversation, I saw someone asking, who asked them to change it? Who asked them to change it? Okay, 5 years. I want to me will be jailed for 5 years. 5 years today. But you changed it to 25 years. On reasons best known to you alone. And now one to me has been jailed for 25 years, not because he didn't do anything wrong, but because he destroyed the forest reserves and our water bodies in the name of gold. And so this is not persecution. This is not the government going after somebody because the force side today you prosecute you or be no. And if you don't speak against anybody, no one will come after you. You don't just wake up because the phone is for you and you bought your own data, and so you just take it and then you insult the president, insult the family of the president. It is bad. It is not done anywhere. In some countries, yes, we jelly, but here, we will still have intelligent politicians who go in there to build them. Thank you for making time, lawyers. Yes. Thank you for making time with me on Devil's Grill.
Thank you so much for making time with us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We are going for the morning news, and right after that, we'll be back. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. We begin this morning with some good news on the economy. The Minister of Finance has announced that 950,000 Ghanaians have moved out of multi-dimensional poverty nationwide, with the finance minister also stating the government will fund long-term flood control projects under the 2027 budget. In security news, a new report shows 99,000 people have been killed in the Sahel over the past 10 years as terrorism continues to rise across Africa. On the environment, the climate minister is urging Upper East region to set up dedicated climate change and sustainability unit to help communities adapt. In the Ashanti region, an assembly member in Asakore Mampo is demanding increased police patrols following 2 suspected killings in the area. And in business, government plans to scrap 20% excise duty on locally produced fruit juice in a move aimed at boosting agro-processing. We've got full details and analysis coming up right after this. About 950,000 Ghanaians moved out of multi-dimensional poverty in a year, according to the finance minister, Dr. Kezelato Forsen. The minister disclosed the figure as part of update on the country's economic and social progress, noting that the decline reflects improvement in access to basic services, education, and living standards. He attributed the progress to targeted government interventions, social protection programs, and investment aimed at reducing inequality and expanding opportunities for households.
Ghana's per capita income increased by more than $850 in just 1 year. Mr. Speaker, rising from $2,527 in 2024 to $3,385 at the end of 2025. This is the highest per capita income ever recorded in our country's history. It is therefore not surprising that Ghana is now recognized as the 8th largest economy in Africa. Mr. Speaker, these are not mere statistics. They represent higher incomes, stronger businesses, greater opportunities, and an economy with an enhanced capacity to invest in its people. The labor market is also improving. Unemployment rate declined from 13.7% during the first 3 quarters of 2024 to 12.8% over the same period in 2025. Multidimensional poverty, which measures deprivation across living conditions, education, health, and employment, declined from 24.9% in Q3 of 2024 to 21.9% in Q3 of 2025. Mr. Speaker, this simply means that about 950,000 Ghanaians moved out of the multidimensional poverty in just 1 year. Mr. Speaker, behind these statistics are the hundreds of thousands of families who now enjoy better living conditions and greater hope for the future.
The Minister for Finance has also announced that the President has directed the Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources to develop a comprehensive and permanent solution in recurring flooding in Accra and other flood-prone parts of the country. Presenting a 2026 Media Fiscal Policy Review in Parliament, Dr. Forsen said additional resources were made available for ongoing dredging and construction of critical drains in affected areas. He said funding for the broader permanent solution to flooding would be captured in the 2027 budget and the medium-term expenditure framework rather than in the current fiscal year. The announcement comes against the backdrop of recurring seasonal flooding in Accra and other urban centers, which has repeatedly caused displacement, property damage, and loss of life in recent years. Government urban drainage and sanitation projects, including the Garrid initiative, have previously been tied to effort to manage the capital's flood risk.
Before I proceed with this media fiscal policy review, I wish to acknowledge the devastating floods that struck part of our country last month. Right Honorable Speaker, as honorable members will recall, the floods claimed lives, displaced families, destroyed businesses, and caused extensive damage to public infrastructure. Ghana was not alone. Similar floods also affected Nigeria, La Côte d'Ivoire, and Sierra Leone, highlighting the growing flood risk across West African coastline and the effect of climate change. Mr. Speaker, government responded swiftly by visiting the hardest hit communities, releasing funds for emergency relief, and launching a nationwide cleanup exercise. On the direction of His Excellency the President, I am making available additional resources for ongoing dredging and construction of critical drains in the affected areas. Mr. Speaker, His Excellency the President has directed the Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources to develop a comprehensive and permanent solution to flooding in Accra and other flood-prone areas across the country. The necessary funding for the implementation of this permanent solution will be provided in the 2027 budget and the medium term.
In response to the mid-year budget review, the Minority Caucus in Parliament criticized the 2026 mid-year budget, describing the presentation as uninspiring and lacking the substance needed to address the concerns of Ghanaians.
Review. There was no policy announcement for the cocoa sector. The 4 million farmers, the 4 million cocoa farmers are suffering. This finance minister, since he took over as a supervising minister responsible for cocoa, we have seen suffering and wailing, and he comes here to lament. Mr. Speaker, he talks about determining the true cost of economic policy, the true cost. He's talking about having met some debt. What he has forgotten, that he refused good counsel from the minority. When Gold Board and Bank of Ghana charges on the gold for reserve policy was at 15%, we cautioned. He didn't listen. Later, IMS forced them to reduce it to 9%. 3 days ago, the governor announced that he was no more going to participate in this gold for reserve. It's too late in the day. You've already incurred losses of 9.6 billion. That is what the IMF told you. And you come here, you're saying prudent management of the economy. Really? Mr. Speaker, this review is full of English with empty payment. The payment, he said, is done. He said they've done some payment. Why didn't he give us details? You paid your party members. You paid your party members. The monies have gone to your party members. And Mr. Speaker, the Nkukon Kitinkiti project has now become protein.
Honourable members, I insist we listen to each other in silence.
The Nkukon Kitinkiti has become protein for your party executives. They are all cooking Akukon Kwai. It is now Akukon Kwai. Mr. Speaker, I want the finance minister to walk the talk. If you come here and you say 24-hour market, 24-hour market at 42 million cities, and you've abandoned the Agenda 111. The hospitals, that should be your priority. You are not constructing the hospitals. Then you are spending a whooping sum of 42 million, and you say you release 80% to the assemblies. Mr. Speaker, meanwhile, you are using the assemblies, their own allocation, to pay for the 24-hour economy. When there are no hospitals, how do you say you are constructing markets? Mr. Speaker, this review is uninspiring. There is no inspiration. What we are experiencing in this country is persecution, persecution, persecution. For the first time, we are seeing political imprisonment. One to me is a political prisoner. Mr. Speaker, Camila Al-Hassan, a young mother of 3, is also a political prisoner. Telling you how you intolerant you.
The director of the National Counter-Terrorism Center, Major General Timothy Batabana, has revealed that terrorist attacks across Africa increased by 14% in the first half of 2026, with an average of 45 people killed daily. Speaking at the Sahel Peace Initiative in Accra, Major General said the continent continues to bear the brunt of violent extremism, with the Sahel region remaining the epicenter. It disclosed that nearly 99,000 people have been killed in terrorist attacks across the Sahel over the past decade. The director urged increased intelligence sharing, community vigilance and regional cooperation to counter the growing threat, noting that economic hardship and porous borders are being exploited by extremist groups. The Peace Initiative brought together security experts, policymakers and civil society to discuss strategies for stabilizing the sub-region and protecting vulnerable communities.
This period of 10 years, we had a total of 99,000 deaths. A product of a little over 23,000 attacks. So almost 34,000 attacks, resulting in more than 100,000 deaths, or about 100,000 deaths. So on the average, on a daily basis like this today, we expect that we'll be losing some 6, and we'll be having some 6 attacks within the sub-region, and 25 lives most likely will be lost. And this should be disturbing. So if you look at this and you are not worried, and you still describe it as an exaggeration, then maybe there's something that needs to be looked at. Because we talk about human lives, we're not talking about, with all respect, animal lives. We're not talking about theoretical things, we talk about verified data.
The Minister of State in charge of climate change and sustainability, Honorable Seydou Isifo, has called on the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council to support the establishment and operationalization of climate change and sustainability units across the region. Speaking during an engagement with regional authorities, he said the proposed unit will serve as focal point to coordinate climate action, mainstream sustainability into development planning, and drive local responses to climate impact. He noted that climate change continues to affect agriculture, water resources, and livelihoods in the Upper West region, making it critical for local government structures to lead adaptation and mitigation efforts. The minister urged the Coordinating Council to allocate resources and personnel to the unit, working closely with the ministry to build capacity for data collection, project implementation, and community education on climate resilience. Members of the Regional Coordinating Council welcomed the proposal and pledged support for policies aimed at strengthening climate governance at the local level.
We all agree that climate change is a behavioral phenomenon, and the need to engage the assemblies, the local authorities, is of paramount importance to my office. Now we're looking at how to encourage the assemblies to establish a climate and sustainability unit in all the district assemblies. And what are they supposed to do? They're supposed to engage in advocacy.
They are also supposed to engage in reporting on climate-related activities. They are supposed to drive behavior and influence behavior at the local authorities. And we know that the most vulnerable has to do with our rural communities, if you talk about the shocks of climate change. And we all know that anytime we have these shocks, livelihood is affected, homes are displaced, education is affected, the whole value chain of our livelihood is affected. Now, most of the times we find some of our women and children migrating from one place to another because of the hazards of climate change. So we feel that as the local authority, we should make this effort to have this engagement where we share capacity, we share our understanding of the effects of climate change, and also for us to put them in readiness for the creation of the climate and sustainability units in other assemblies.
Assembly member for the Sabon Zongo electoral area urged the Ghana Police Service to intensify patrols in the Sokori Mampo municipality following 2 suspected killings within 2 days. His call comes after an unidentified man was found dead at Asawasi A-line days after Yusuf Zakari was allegedly beaten to death at Sabon Zongo. Mr. Mohammed expressed concern over what he described as worrying rise and violent incidents in the area. He further called for collaboration between traditional authorities, youth groups and security agencies to gather intelligence and prevent further attacks. The Sakori Mampo Municipal Assembly and Local Police Command are yet to issue an official statement on the incident. However, investigations into both deaths are said to be ongoing, with residents appealing for CCTV installations and community watch programs to complement police efforts in the municipality.
Security there, okay, say anytime patrols no, omunam ha anytime. Enya hankwa was a hana say situation no about, but say anytime omunam up and down, ebeboa and a neighborhood no so hope, but neighborhood no motivation kakra bia yantumi anya omo enti ama omo activities no perform pa nti se penifo tie mi a etumi wa neighborhood no na omo support police for omo be night patrols wa ha nka ebeboa pa.
In business, the government has announced plans to abolish the 20% excise duty on locally manufactured fruit juice as part of a broader package of tax reforms aimed at supporting agro-processing, creating jobs and strengthening domestic industry. Presenting a 2026 media budget review in Parliament, the Finance Minister said the measure forms part of reforms under the proposed excise duty bill, which seeks to improve tax administration, close revenue leakages and promote local production. Among the key reforms, Dr. Forson said the government would abolish the payment of 20% duty on locally manufactured fruit juice introduced in 2023. He explained that the decision is intended to support agro-processing and job creation. The announcement comes as the government seeks to encourage value addition in agricultural sector by reducing the tax burden on local manufacturers and making locally produced products more competitive. Beyond the fruit juice tax relief, the Finance Minister said government had identified significant weaknesses in the country's excise tax system, particularly in the taxation of wine and spirit. He disclosed that analysis of imports between 2023 and 2025 showed that wine and spirit with a taxable value of more than 5 billion Ghana cedis entered the country. About 78% of that that value passed through custom procedures such as warehousing, transit, temporary admissions and free zones without attracting excise duty. To address the challenge, the minister said the duty bill proposes a hybrid tax system that combines value-based and quantity-based taxation for wine and spirit to reduce undervaluation and misclassification. To sports, Ghana's Abdul Wahib Omar will kick off Team Ghana's boxing campaign at the 2026 Commonwealth Games in Glasgow when it takes on England's Patrice Mogaya in the men's 65-kilogram preliminary round on Friday, July 24. Omar will be the first of 10 Ghanaian boxers representing the country at the Games, with the black bumpers and black haters aiming to add to Ghana's rich boxing tradition by securing medals. The boxing competition is being held at the Scottish Event Campus Hall 5, where Ghana's boxers will be hoping to make a strong start to their campaign. The 32-year-old Ghanaian is scheduled to face 24-year-old England Patrice on Friday, July 24. Patrice stands at 177 centimeters, with Omar measures at 175. The bout marks Omar's second appearances at the Commonwealth Games, having represented Ghana in 2022. On that occasion, he claimed a bronze medal after reaching the semi-final, where he was defeated by Ricano Collin of Mauritania. In showbiz, Nigerian actress Bam Bam says she never imagined that Love in Every Word would become the project that transformed her career, describing the hit film as the opportunity that launched her onto the global stage. The actress revealed that neither she nor the rest of the production team expected the movie to achieve the extraordinary success it enjoyed. Instead, what began as just another project has become a global phenomenon, earning her international recognition and rapidly growing her fan base. In an interview ahead of the staging of No Man of God, the musical, Bam Bam reflected on the life-changing impact of her film. The actress said the popularity of her character, Achalugu, has taken on a life of its own, making her instantly recognizable. For Bam Bam, the film's success is rooted not only in chances but also in a commitment to excellence that has defined her approach to acting. She credited consistency, diligence, and faith for her remarkable rise in the industry. The film tells a story of two people from different backgrounds whose lives become intertwined as they navigate love, cultural differences, and personal growth amid societal expectations. On Global Update, South Africa has dismissed an opportunistic petition filed at the International Criminal Court by two Ghanaians seeking an investigation into attacks on foreigners amid a rise in protests about the country's undocumented migrants. The petition submitted to the Hague-based court last week argues the violence could amount to crimes against humanity and accuses the South African government of failing to prevent and punish those responsible. However, South Africa's Foreign Ministry says the petition falls short of the International Criminal Court legal threshold and insists its own legal system can handle such issues. Diplomatic tensions between Ghana and South Africa over the situation have been growing. Ghana was one of the African countries to repatriate its citizens from South Africa following the latest wave of anti-migrant protests. It has claimed that one of its citizens was killed in related violence. The South African authorities have denied this. Other countries such as Kenya, Malawi, Nigeria, and Uganda have also been organizing flights for their citizens to return home in recent weeks. Anti-migrant groups said 30 June as the deadline for documented migrants to leave the country. The South African government says more than 53,000 foreign nationals have recently been deported. However, an AFP news agency tally based on figures from the migrant home government suggests more than 160,000 people have left South Africa over the past 2 months. Protesters have been demanding tighter border controls and mass deportations, accusing migrants of contributing to high unemployment, rising crime rates, and collapse of public services. The United Nations has cautioned against using migrants as scapegoats for South African socio-economic challenges. The International Criminal Court petition was filed by Palgrave Boache Dankwa, a former Ghanaian government spokesperson on governance and security, and Emmanuel Kutin, a counter-terrorism and security analyst. The International Criminal Court has not yet commented publicly on whether to consider the petition. Meanwhile, leaders from the West African Regional Bloc ECOWAS condemned the reported attacks on African migrants in South Africa, especially the despicable treatment of West African citizens. They called on South African authorities to act swiftly in ending the violence and ensuring the safety of foreign nationals. Responding to criticism, South Africa said it categorically rejects xenophobia, homophobia, and intolerance in all manifestations, describing respect for dignity of everyone within its borders. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa has acknowledged public concerns about migration, but has condemned attacks against migrants. With regards to the International Criminal Court petition, the country's foreign ministry said South Africa remains steadfast in maintaining the rule of law and would ensure that those who perpetrate violence are held fully accountable under judicial system. It's called for broader African Union talks on the root causes of migration across the continent. South Africa is the continent's wealthiest nation and has long attracted migrants searching for better economic opportunities, and some of whom enter the country illegally. There are more than 3 million documented foreign nationals in South Africa, according to official figures, which does not account for those in the country illegally. And that's a wrap on the morning news update. Thank you so much for sticking tuned to your radio. Do all to log on to all streaming platforms, as well as logging on to our website at www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. I am Deborah Ador, so do have a good morning.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Sam. With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bliss.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Wake up, Ghana, your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning, full of fire and glory. Rise and shine, come join the line. Your day begins when the voices align. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Only on Ghana Talks Radio. Turn it up and stay tuned for the talk that moves you and keeps your heart in tune. From the traffic to the trends, we got something for your day. Every voice, every vision, lighting up the way. Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Your daily dose, here we go. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. When we see cause on day, where the spark inside the flame, from the first light to the last mile. Stay with us a while.
Good morning to you once again, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is your favorite online radio station, the only online radio station you can carry along wherever you go. All you need to do is just download it on Google Play Store or Apple Store at Ghana Talks Radio. And remember that you're streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio TV, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do well to join us this morning on the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. Send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. I'm still your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu. This is the second segment of the morning show, and you know how we do it. I don't serve you breakfast alone, but I come with knowledgeable guests who are going to be delving into the issues. They are going to be sharing with you their informed perspectives on matters that matter to you every morning right here on the show. And this morning I have two gallant men, brilliant gentlemen sitting right here in the studios. And, you know, one of the gentlemen, they already started their debate outside with me. Now we are here. So I'm just wondering, you can just wonder how it's going to be fun and very, heated right here in the studios. This morning, we bring up balanced conversation. So definitely we are going to take from the Osno and also from the umbrella people. You get what I mean? From the NDC and also from the NPP. This morning, he said he's large. Let's go into it. His name is Kwejo Hilaj. He is a political doctor and also the NDC communicator. And also we have the Bonino, Mr. Santi James Makion. He is the NPP communicator as well. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thank you.
Good morning.
Hi. Yeah. It's good to see you. Mr. Large, are you large indeed?
Yes.
Are you large?
Yes, I'm large.
Hey, because when you said you were large, excuse me, forgive me. I was like, producer, do we need an extra door? Do we need an extra door? Do we have to compromise and, open up the windows? Because I'm seeing large. He came. Indeed, he's large.
He's large.
No offense. I beg. Mr. Makion.
My boss.
How are you?
I'm good. Please yourself.
I'm good.
All right.
Hope all is well.
Oh yes, by God's grace.
You were triggered by when one of my colleagues was blasting the minority. Then now you were triggered. Yeah, so I've already introduced my guests and we're getting into the issues for discussion this morning. But before we get into it, you know that yesterday they read the budget. Let me ask them what they think about it. Did they meet to their expectation? Were they impressed? And whatsoever. They said we've been taken out of poverty. As a person, I'm in need of money, so you know, come and correct that statement you actually made. But let me go to Mr. Lodge. Is it okay to call you Mr. Lodge?
I would prefer calling me Yelaj.
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 Yelaj. Is it a Ghanaian name?
Yes, it's from literally an English name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know the large. If you check the spelling of the name,
yeah,
it is large, and Ghanaians added Yelaj.
The Ghanaians added Yelaj.
The large,
oh,
Yelaj, okay, to it to make it Yelaj.
Yelaj.
So that
from which region?
I'm from Bunafo region.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My paid means anything. Let me know what you think on the budget reading yesterday.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Yesterday, the hard-working minister for finance went to Parliament to deliver the media budget review. And even if you look at some of the point that he highlighted, one was 950,000 Ghanaians have moved out of multi-dimensional poverty in just 1 year. I think there were debates on media. There were debates on the media about whether the figures the finance minister is quoting are true, right? I think it's another debate for another time. But I believe that overall, the minister in his delivery has been more consistent, letting us know that, look, we took over an economy that was in an ICU, and we've been able to pay what we call it, people that we are owing them, people that we need to pay them. The minister has indicated, or did indicate that, look, oh, this is the economy we took over from MPP because of their reckless borrowing. And this is what we have been able to do. This is what we are going to do. So overall, the budget can be described as Mpuntuo budget, a budget that is centered in the development and growth of the youth. Thank you.
I heard Afenyo said that the Nkukon Kitten is a mine and Nkukon Kwine. What are you doing about that as well? An initiative that was supposed to bring jobs to the people, now they are launching it in their mouth.
Oh, that one, I don't expect minority leader to make that claims because he's a respected leader.
The Agric minister also said that.
The Agric minister said some of them are using it
and they are launching it in their mouth, and they are even taking pictures and videos and sending it to him personally.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
So it was brought to light by the Agric minister.
So that is unfortunate for us to be having something. sorry. The Nkwan Kitinkiti is a project that the NDC government wants to carry out. And then here is a case we are having other individuals who think that, oh, the Nkwan Kitinkiti should be used for an immediate, benefits to them, which they are not interested in railing the, what do you call Nkwan Kitinkiti to get the output of whatever it needs to be. But I will urge them that respectfully, the Nkukon Kitinkiti project, the government did not bring out the Nkukon Kitinkiti for you to consume them. No, the government brought them for you to take care of them. When they grow, then afterwards, probably we can, start consuming them. Because as it stands now, when you consume it, how are you going to get the benefit from the Nkukwan Kete. So
exactly.
yeah, that is what I will be pleading with them to do. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yes, I'm a fan.
Sure.
Momo muni, mom tom, nis kana, mom farm, bomb bra. Right. Okay.
All right. So thank you very much and good morning once again to all your listeners. From we the minority, we are so much interested in what the government says at this particular moment of the economy. You know, we live in an economy where even 3 square meal is very difficult for the ordinary Ghanaian to get. But the minister says that we have over, he mentioned a figure that's quite interesting, but doesn't have any evidence to back. He said we have over 950,000 people or 50,000 persons that are out of multidimensional poverty. You know, when we talk about multidimensional poverty, this is a poverty where the person is not able to provide, the person do not have access to electricity, the person do not have access to good roads and basic social amenities like even schools. And according to Ghana, our statistics we have over 8 million of our population facing multidimensional poverty, which is very, very serious. Very serious. So if we live in a country where we have over 8 million people having facing multidimensional poverty, and you mentioned that within a space of 1 year, 950,000 of them are out of it, then I ask, what has the government done? Is it that the government has been able to complete a hospital somewhere that is providing services to them? Is it that the government has been able to give contracts to people that they are employing more laborers within this particular poverty space that is giving them some income? Is it that the government has been able to commission some hospitals and schools within these localities? You do not just mention figures. Honestly, what our Minister of Finance did is just throwing I don't want to use some words because our people right now, I'm sure anything I would say, the national security will come and pick me. So I'm very careful about my words this time around. You know, he's just giving false hopes. But let's put that one aside. My brother mentioned something about them. I don't think we should plead with Ghanaians, but we should rather enforce law. This is taxpayers' money. We've injected over 200 million Ghana cedis into this particular project we are mentioning here, into the Nkukwan project. 200 million Ghana cedis. You can check on the media. It's quite unfortunate that when they were sharing the Nkukwan, they shared it among their party members. And today, on Monday, and they call the ministers to tell them, Honorable, Nkukwan there, yeah, they are young. And Honorable is not able to say
but was
anything.
it only just their party members that benefited from it?
Basically, and the majority of the people.
Do you have facts to that?
I have a lot of facts to that. You can check on it. Right now, anything
but you made
say,
a claim, so you
oh
have,
yes.
You have to prove it.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes. That's why I'm referring to the media. That's why I'm referring to I'm referring you to the media.
That is only party members that will benefit from this initiative.
Majority of this.
But if they are distributing, but I'm coming. Okay. But if they are distributing the files, do they ask your party colors?
You know, the leaders even sharing that. The leaders sharing that are basically party members.
So they know their people.
They know their people.
You think they know everyone?
Oh, come on. This is not funny enough.
I'll give you some time.
I will say something about it. You know, you said you are doing Nkukwan Kitinkiti project. Now, the feeding part of it, the supervisory part of it, the animals, the birds, packaging and everything should have been properly structured. Moreover, they gave it to the ordinary Ghanaian without training the person on how to even go about poultry. And you expect this person to be able to rear about 150 or about, some even go 7. The president mentioned it. Yes. So you expect somebody who do not have any experience about poultry to rear 7 fowls for them to become abundant and sell them to achieve a 3 million target you are talking about. It doesn't work that way. I think the approach the government used was way wrong. It's indirect form of just creating something, looting and share. That is the state we find ourselves in. So if the minister goes to parliament and read year budget review, he should consider even the cocoa farmers. This is something we've been hammering on continuously.
But I think he mentioned that there's going to be a bill that is going to be introduced to guarantee them 70% of FOB.
Talk is cheap.
But you've not even waited for
we live in this country.
For that to be
no,
we live. You're already judging them.
Oh yes, because talk is cheap.
So wait there.
Oh,
just as you mentioned that.
You see, we've always been doing weights, less weight. But are they? They have an account proverb that talks about time. I mean, we do not have enough time. President Mahama is one way or the other half true, with 2 years now, almost 2 years now. We've been talking about these cocoa prices for a long time. Increase it. This isn't something you should go and pass a bill. I mean, come on. When you were deducting, there was nothing like a bill.
Yeah.
So why do you want to increase it? You need a bill before you can increase.
During the budget reading yesterday, the minister...
He's at the parliament. He should tell me when they were deducting, was there a bill?
So during the budget reading yesterday, and even this morning, I think on the news review, I discussed it with the ladies. He has mentioned that it's going to be increased. So at least, let's wait. If it's not being done, then you can be aggressive about that. But at this juncture, the reading was just yesterday. They've introduced that to us.
We'll talk more about the budget later. Today is just some skirmishes.
They've brought it to light. And at least give them a benefit of the doubt. Because there were instances that previous administration came, they said they'll do this, let's wait. And after 8 years, did we see it?
But they are better idea. We have to make sure the right thing is being done. That is our stance as a political party. That's our stance.
Okay.
We beg them. They should help the ordinary Ghanaian to be okay. All right.
I think, my friend, we shouldn't allow this kind of disco where people come here to just make any false claims which are unverified. He indicated that what the finance minister said about the 950,000 Ghanaian who move out of multi-dimensional poverty, it's a lie. For the record, this is from Ghana News Agency. The figures that about 950,000 Ghanaians move out of multi-dimensional poverty within 1 year is consistent with data released by the Ghana Statistical Service.
Okay, so it's backed by data.
Yes, it is backed by data. So it is ignorant on his part to come and sit on a national radio station like this and make such false claims which are not backed by figures and data. Let me read, and it read. The Ghana Statistical Service reported that the number of people who were multidimensionally poor fell from about 8.1 million in quarter 3 of the 2024 to 7.2 million in quarter 3 of the 2025, a reduction of roughly 950,000 people. So if the minister, let me finish. If the minister says that, look, multi-dimensional poverty, we've moved 950,000 Ghanaians from multi-dimensional poverty, then it is accurate and backed by data. And then let me respond to the other one where he spoke about the Nkukon Kitinkiti. The Nkukon Kitinkiti project, he says, MPP for NDC for a charm, they've shared. Yes, I know an MPP constituency secretary who is currently at the Oforikom constituency in Kumasi, who were giving the Nkukon Kitinkiti project to distribute. NDC, we don't care. We, give opportunities to everyone. So it will be reckless to come and sit here and make that allegations that it is only NDC people that we are giving the Nkukon Kitinkiti project to. It is benefiting majority of the MPP people, but they don't want to tell us what is really the issue. You see that? So next time, I think we should elevate the discourse. Thank you.
You know, it's quite unfortunate my brother is not getting where we are coming from. You do not just mention figures. I mean, statistics is something we can all frame figures for.
But at least it's back.
No. Listen, you are backing a data without giving what is changing the ordinary. We are talking about reality. We are not talking about figures. This argument should be based on we've done this and this to this particular community. This is why they are out of the poverty. You do not just mention figures. We can all mention figures. That is the problem we find ourselves in as a nation. No. That is the problem we find ourselves in as a nation. We sit down for politicians to give us figures all the time, and we just take it like that. Without going to the grassroots, go and check actuals. We are talking about actuals. This is a national issue, and we have to sit down, go to the roots, find out what is happening there. Go to Bako, go and see what is happening there. What has been some developmental projects that is taking people from multidimensional poverty. Go to Bangkok, go and check what is going on there. Go to Kasapin, go to Imbem, go and check what is happening there. We are talking about what is happening on grounds. It's not about mentioning figures from statistical board and those things. Then we can all frame figures. Don't forget that regulators of all these institutions are government appointees, and we can make figures happen online. We can make whatever is the Ghanaians are supposed to hear. That is not what we are talking about. We are talking about what has happened. Initially, even you being the host, you mentioned that the government is saying over 950,000 people are out of dimensional poverty. But even you need money. Me, I need money. My brother sitting here, you need money. Everyone needs money in a way. The rate at which people are complaining on mining more is too high, and we have to face facts. We shouldn't base on figures and just be putting certain things into the air. No, we are talking about reality. Your purchasing power. That is what we are talking about. I won't sit here as a finance person for you to tell the ordinary Ghanaian that he's fine. Meanwhile, he's not fine. He's bleeding. That is not what we are looking for. If the finance minister thinks he's fine, then he is fine. Together with his family members, together with his party members, they are fine. But we, as an opposition, knowing what is on grounds, we are not fine.
I think let me just end it here and set the record straight. And when I want to read to my viewers, when we talk about multi-dimensional poverty,
what it actually means.
It is.
Yeah.
Because my brother is departing from the fact.
Can you get closer to the mic?
Multi-dimensional poverty is a way of measuring poverty that goes beyond income. Mm-hmm. And it goes on to say it recognizes that a person can earn above the poverty line but still lack access to basic necessities needed for decent quality of life. Instead of looking at only money. My brother, the conversation he was raising was centered on money.
No. Initially, if you listen to me, I mentioned some factors that contribute to scaling of that multi-dimensional. Don't distort facts.
I'm not distorting facts. I have the platform. I can do worse.
It's quite unfortunate.
I can do worse.
I know you came to cook, but relax.
We are not cooking. Relax. We are setting facts and records straight.
The cookie is not cooking.
So that means
the cookie is not cooking.
We are setting facts right.
What do you mean cooking for?
So in actual sense, what this actually means is that if you are able to, provide yourself with 3 square meals,
yes,
you are not poor.
Yeah, you are not poor. So that is what we mean by multi-dimensional poverty.
That asset.
Let me finish.
I'll end up giving your time to him if you keep interjecting.
So, for example, a family may earn enough to avoid income, poverty, live in a house without clean water, electricity, or sanitation. They may be considered multidimensionally poor. And another example is that another family may also have a low income but good access to healthcare, education, and basic services, making them less deprived of certain dimensions. A widely used measure is the Multidimensional Poverty Index, MPI, developed by the United Nations Development Programme and the Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiatives. So this is identified as multidimensionally poor if they are depressed in at least 1/3 of the wage indicators across health, education, and living standard? Right. So when we are talking about multidimensional poverty here, it is not just about income. But my brother, the conversation he was raising was focusing on income, economy. But it goes way beyond that.
Right.
So we shouldn't allow this kind of jadam on national TV. Please, this kind of politics. If this is what MPP wants to do, if this is what MPP wants to do, 2028, they are not coming to power because Ghanaians have Ghana for Yeniebi, and we've seen the lies that they used one power in 2020. In 2020, throw any nada or more Ghana for to come into power. We've seen it, and then we will not allow anyone to come and sit on a national television like a radio station like this and be demonstrating their ignorance. Thank you.
I'll give you 2 minutes to rebut, then we move on.
It's quite unfortunate that our colleagues from the other side do not have a listening ear. You know, I started an argument explaining what this thing called multi-dimensional poverty is. I gave all the factors that contribute, citing communities and what they need before coming to income. I said that if we have facilities ongoing, if we have projects ongoing, then these people can consider themselves being out of it. But as at now, the communities that are even facing the problem, how many of them has government completed projects there? How many of them has government been able to provide health service, provide roads, provide social amenities like hospitals and schools? This is what we are talking about. And if these things are ongoing, the ordinary Ghanaian will benefit as a labor and get money into his pocket, get higher purchasing power. So before I come to purchasing power, I started from somewhere. You do not draw into conclusion and use, the propaganda style to pick some words and champion it. No, we started the conversation from somewhere. You should get a listening ear. If not, today won't be a good day for us. All right, thank you.
It won't be a good day as in
we will continue to rebuttal.
Oh, okay.
These people, we don't fight them.
This is just by the way, and it's getting heated. I think the producer has to deploy some security agencies for me. Now, very soon, this will swallow me up. This is still the Ghana Talks breakfast, so we are still streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio TV, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Keep your comments coming in. Let's get interactive right here on the morning show. And today, dear, we have a lot of issues related to it we talked about. And to the National Service scandal. Hey, what is happening? What do you know about the controversy?
Is that where you want to start from?
Oh, please relax.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I think it's so unfortunate that something like that is happening at the National Service.
That means you're not happy about it.
Probably it is a group of people.
A group of people
within the National Service who probably have finished their service. They call them National Association of National Service Personnel Association. NASPA. They are in charge of this whole happenings. I think I wrote an article which was published on Graphic Online about this same situation.
Okay.
The 60 cedis and deduction, I think somewhere March to May, there were an information circulating on the media that the NASPA has deducted 60 cedis from the account of the NSPs, and this was in line with their, something they want to do in terms of capacity building. They want to equip NSS personnel with skills, so that after their service they will get something doing. But in that sense, it was not bad, but there were no consultation made when they decided to sign an agreement with one company which is called Zeus Atlas Limited.
Yeah. So the consultation was not made with us.
Personnels.
But were the authorities and executives aware of that?
Yes, the authorities.
And they approved of that.
The authorities are aware. And the deputy National Service Board came out to indicate that they do not have total control over the NASPA, but they can facilitate and advise NASPA as to what they should do. But if they bring something on the table, this is what we want to do, what they can do is just advise, but not to throw what they brought on the table away. No, that one they can't do. That rule they don't play there, right? So it came into the discussion where they are also having all this discourse, and the president came to react. The NASPA president came to react, where he indicated that the training that they were going to equip service personnel with, it was a good one. Yes, we agree. The training, if you look at the content of what they want to deliver, it was a good one. Skills training and other things, these are good skills. But what the national service personnel are seeking for is that they don't want you to deduct any money from their NSS allowance in the name that you want to organize a capacity building. Go and solicit for funds from other institutions, or you can get in touch with other organizations for sponsorship. So you don't need to deduct their 715 you are deducting 60 cedis every month. You see that? So the blame must be placed on NASPA is the one, is a greater people who are championing this, because they want to engage in certain criminalities. Because I even today we are planning of organizing a press conference at Accra City Campus, where we are going to response to the NASPA president issue, and then draw media attentions to the happenings that is happening at the NSA. So we want to officially also invite you, if your media house can come around for the COVID.
12:30.
Yeah, 12:30 today. Yeah.
All right.
I'll be the one speaking.
My only issue has to do with, why is it made compulsory for everybody?
That is the question we are asking. You went to an agreement with people. The first one, you do not inform us. Second one, no consultation. But you took a decision there, and then you want to impose us. They said they went to one NASPA council executive meeting, and then through the executive meeting, they agreed that, look, all national service personnel should compulsorily be deducted 60 cedis from the 715. Right. So when you go to meeting, you don't consult NSPs, you don't inform them, and at the end of the day, you come here and you want to tell us that what? You see, they are engaged. They want to engage in some kind of illegality, and I believe that in the near future, if we have money, these people, we must take legal actions against them. The NASPA.
So at this juncture, you can't take legal action.
Yeah, at this juncture, we are still looking at things, but I believe after we consult a lawyer and the lawyer advise us, definitely that will be where we can, effect legal actions against them. Thank you so much.
Right, but didn't NSS weigh the pros and cons before giving them the go-ahead to do all of this?
As to whether NSS will weigh what, that one I can't best tell.
You can't best
tell. I can't best tell. What I know is that the role they did was maybe to facilitate something, but they did not involve themselves in asking, I was say mobile that kind of thing. They did not involve themselves in, but the role they play is advisory role and facilitation. It is like the SRC. If the SRC wants to build let me say summer hut, and they bring the budget to the dean of student, the dean of student can indicate to them that, look, we want to the dean of student can advise them, the summer hut is not the people's priority, so prioritize something different. Right, that is the role NSA is playing here. It is just an advisory role and facilitating the whole process. So that is it. Thank you.
So what happens to the money deducted? Would it be refunded?
Yes, so that is why today I indicated that we wanted we are going to hold a press conference where we call on the NASPA to refund the 60 cedis with immediate effect. If they don't refund it, we are taking legal actions
against them.
Sure.
Right, Makion, don't you think NSA could have done better?
Thank you very much for this great opportunity. I sit here on behalf of all national service personnel today to say a very sorry to them for whatever is happening to them. It's quite unfortunate it's happening at this particular moment of life where things are very tough. 715 is not enough, as my brother indicated. Moreover, I've seen him in a lot of media engagement fighting for our colleagues, and I think he's doing a very great job on that. I will applaud him for that. Oh, yes. Enlarging on that particular matter, and I really appreciate that. But let's look at it from this angle. In the account society, we have an adage that to wait. Maybe I don't know whether you can help me, but what I want to say is that
translate it in English.
That's what I'm trying to break it down. That the old person who sits in the house and observes the younger ones to misbehave. When we are talking about people who are misbehaving in that particular house, the old person is part. Okay. It's quite unfortunate that NSA is finding ways and means to say they are innocent about this particular matter. But do NASPA issue money? That's the first question. Do NASPA... I'm coming. I'm building a point. Do NASPA, have the right to deduct? Now, this is an organization that is formed among the national service personnel, and that's the head of it. They sit in the same office with the NSA and make a lot of decisions that favors the NSS personnel. Look at it from this angle. If the NASPA executives are able to influence NSA to do their bidding by deducting without NSA understanding that the NASPA represents some kind of group of people and what is the view of that particular people, then I think a lot must be done. Moreover, the particular office called NSA has a lot of issues, of which my very own Madam Gifty is going to face court count very soon, or is already in the process, facing this whole court issues back to back. So that place is not a place we should even let matters like this pass through. Scandals can happen elsewhere, but as at now, NSA is not a cool place for scandals to happen. So if some deductions like this, that's allegedly we heard is going to continue for 3 months. If such deductions comes amounting to 180 cedis per head, and you do not do any checks on that, then I think this is serious. I think NSA has to sit and do more, and they can do better. Besides, they can issue caution to the NASPA executives that this approach you are taking, your people are saying they do not like, refund the money immediately, and they will do, because they are the mother body, isn't it? Mm-hmm. They pay us all. Through controller and Ministry of Finance, they pay us all. And every transaction that happens there pass through the gift miss. So if all transactions are passing through the gift miss, things that are happening at gift miss is not a child's play that you say, I sit in my office, I sign, and it works. No. It is a systematic procedure. It passed through hierarchies. So I'm sure a lot of people or a lot of heads at the NSA know much about this particular matter, but decides to just hide behind the NSP or the NASPA executive and put the blame on the boys. Though they made a wrong move for that, but unfortunately, they are the people we are going to blame for now. But I can say that next time or going forward, the NSA should really do a proper check on matters like this. If not, they'll find themselves in positions where they won't be comfortable. Yeah. Because the amount is somewhere close to 4 million Ghana cedis plus. Just for 1 month. Yeah. So multiplying it for 3 months, we are talking about 12 million Ghana cedis. All in the name of what? Quality building or capacity building. Yeah. It doesn't add up. The amounts are huge.
And the fact that they made it mandatory for everybody.
That is not fair.
Yeah, because
and
not everyone is actually interested.
Let me hit on this.
To go into that.
For the sake of records, my brother here will testify to it that the NSA or the NASPA, when issuing the cloths on the portal, they made an option where you could reject. Later on, that particular option was not functioning.
Now it's mandatory.
And they imposed it on everyone. Deducted the 100 Ghana cedis on everyone. Meanwhile, we've done this. People have been in this service thing for over 6 months to how many months now? 7 months now.
They'll end in October.
They'll be ending soon. Majority of the people will not use the plot for anything.
Oh, but you still have to take it.
So make it optional. You could have added other souvenirs for them to even choose from. If you want the best
previously was, and because previously
my brother, they are saying and
no. Because previously it was made mandatory, and even me when they gave me the class, like, oh, what is this?
And this time around, you brought an option. You brought an option for the people to feel. I mean, they can go in for the other way around if you do not like it. Later on, you disable the option. Today, as we are speaking, they deduct, I think, 5 cedis for insurance. I don't know what they are insuring us for. It's quite unfortunate. They have a lot of deductions that that are happening. The NSA personnel, the NSS personnel do not even know. It's sad.
It's sad.
It's sad. It shouldn't happen that way.
Yeah, but I think that if the cloth was mandatory, then it should continue like that. It should be mandatory like that.
Then it should be issued early.
Okay, it should be issued early.
That's all.
That is your only problem.
Oh yes.
So what would you suggest they do now? They should refund the money back to the students.
Oh, with my brother sitting here, I have so much confidence
that they'll refund.
That they are going to refund the money.
Who they will man?
Oh, many problem be brave because initially. I didn't see it to be a challenge until
you were okay with it.
Oh yes, until I noticed that majority of the people, the 715 is what they live their life on.
Yeah,
and that was so sad.
That was so sad.
Currently, I think that there has been an issue where the NSA, I think executive, one of them came out to say they are increasing the money to 1,200.
Yeah, 1,200.
And I asked myself one simple question.
The deputy, the deputy director of NSA in charge of administration and finance.
Good. This is sad. Now,
is sad that they are increasing it.
No. Is it because there are questions to raise on that? Is it because the NSS personnel decided to go on demonstration? Is it because they started talking about this particular issue?
And to die out the
what
fire.
happened from the beginning? Now the NSS director, right, the overall boss, mentioned it about months ago that we are going to add to our budget to see if there can be some increment, and we didn't hear anything about that particular matter. Today, you are on media preaching that you are going to increase it. Meanwhile, you have a backlog, you have an area that you've not settled that one. It's so heartbreaking to see people playing too smart around matters like this. Let the poor also breathe.
Yeah.
These are just chicken feed for you guys.
This was not part of our topic, but I just wanted to hear from you personally. I'm glad we did.
It's part of the topic.
Yeah. Oh, it's part of the.
I think that's
producer added it.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. So that's okay. Now that I've heard from you, I know what it's about. And then you mentioned that there's going to be a press conference at 12:30.
For my brother here, I'm okay.
You're okay. You're okay. That
he's championing everything about this particular agenda.
So
Accra City Campus at 12:30. So make sure that if you're not able to join the live, make sure that it will be on the social media. Sure. Most of the media houses will post it, and I think we also post it as well. So make sure that you listen. Then we know the way forward. Right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. We are delving into the main issues.
Sure.
So parliamentaries. No. Sorry. Yes. So World Bank. So a $300 million World Bank loan has been, given. Not yet. Let me just go according to what the article says. Ghana's parliament has officially approved a 300 million World Bank credit facility to finance the secondary education transformation for access relevance and resource for job. Is this going to help us? Loan to facilitate secondary schools.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again. Before I begin, let me use this opportunity to send my regards to these people. Broja Jemfi, the Deputy Minister of Defense, Sami Jemfi, the CEO of Gold Board, and Neelante Vanderpoel, the incoming national chairman of the NDC. Neelante Vanderpoel, yeah, former MP for Ododo. So, on the issue of the $3 million to facilitate secondary education, a loan, I believe that education is the most pivotal asset that every parent can give to his or her child. I think there were this popular saying that if he wants to if he wants to do something, hide it in a book, or I'm forgetting the quote. I'm forgetting something. Hey, I'm forgetting. Yeah, if you want to hide something from the black man, put it in the book.
In the book, yeah.
Right. There have been this call in the media recently where some are saying that Namo Kwako Jesus Kakesi we loan with FD, IMS, World Bank, Eddie Ababe share education. It is not necessary. Right. I do not agree with them. This is my reason. As I indicated, education has played a very good role. And if we are supposed to spend more than that in investing in infrastructure, expanding of schools, building, providing learning materials for teachers to have access to resources, then it is important. It is important for us to do that. Whatever the legacy we can leave now to our younger generation who are about to come is education. We need to give them proper education. So if the government wants to invest this amount of money in education, I believe that it's a good thing. And then we want to assure Ghanaians that the money specifically will be used for its intended purpose. What exactly it is said to be used for. We are not like the MPP where they misuse money without any accountability. No, we are going to be transparent. As the minister went to parliament to present the budget, the minister was transparent about whatever details that is going to come up concerning this 300 million World Bank facility that they are going to bring in. But let's be honest with ourselves, right? MPP has been championing these lies over the years, where every time they indicated that free SHS, because of free SHS, when you go to every household, there is a graduate there. These are all lies. They are not backed by any data that if you go to every house, there is a graduate who benefited from the free SHS. These are lies, and we want to engage. We want to inform the MPP people to stop. Running that.
But don't you think it's possible that it's likely that if you visit most houses, let me put it as such, but not every house?
Yeah. So if you are visiting most houses, and then you are concluding that majority of all houses in Accra or probably in Ghana, there is a graduate there, then you are deviating from the main incidents where you are from the main point that you are communicating. So if you want to communicate that, oh look, there is a graduate.
But can you help us with evidence backing that?
You said, I'll help you with evidence.
I'm so much interested.
Yeah, I will help you with evidence. If you go to City News, City News, you can check it out. On January 4th, they publish January 4th, 2021. They published that data to confirm that. The headline was the assertion that the assertion that every household has a free SHS graduate is false. So you can check it out. So I've given you the evidence. So I believe this whole conversation about the World Bank, it is going to strengthen our educational, our secondary educational system, where it's going to help our future children too, those future the next generation who is about to come. And then another point is it will eliminate the double track system.
Yeah.
It will improve schools infrastructure. It will strengthen the technical and vocational education. So one of the things I am interested so much is the technical education, where I believe there should be more investment in that sector, where people can learn basic skills. Because if you look at how the world is moving now, there is AI. You can use your phone, Google, and then confirm something from AI, right? So we should learn the vocational skills. We should learn the vocational skills. If you are unemployed right now, learn something, a soft skills that will help you to do what? To get an income for yourself. So that not every time you will be relying on the government that, oh, look, give me work to do. Give me work to do. If you have some vocational skills training, definitely it's going to equip you, and then you are going to get money out of it, right? So the government mission in improving schools infrastructure and then strengthening technical vocations and also equipping young people with skills for the job market is a step, I think, is a step in the right direction. And we must praise the NDC government. Before I conclude, I believe it's an investment which it is investing in the Ghana's human capital. It is not only a loan to it is not a loan to finance free SHS as most has suggested, right? Because in the public there have been this discourse that the loan is used to finance only free SHS, but we want to put it on record that it is not only used to finance free SHS, but it is used for the expansion of infrastructure activity, expansion of vocational skills training institute. And let's also be honest that yes, we agree that the free SHS program that the MPP government introduced, it did increase enrollment. Yes, we agree. But they failed to expand infrastructure. Okay. That was the challenges we are having with. No one in the right sense will speak against free SHS, go to school free. But we are talking about the expansion of the infrastructure. We get an incident where students were sleeping on the floor, bare floor, not on mattress, floor pan. They were sleeping on that because we wanted, the idea was that we wanted everyone to get to school, everyone to Phoebia, we should get a graduate, everyone should go to school without finding the proper solutions to it. So NDC government took notice of that and went for the 300 million World Bank loan to which is coming to address these challenges. And then the another one is that the double track system. Yes, the minister have indicated, in charge of education, have indicated that by 2029 the double track system will be completely abolished out of the system. So to conclude, my appeal will be that we shouldn't be politicizing every investment in education,
especially the education
Yes. If this money is properly used to eliminate the double track system and then improve infrastructure and probably prepare youth for the job market, I believe that every Ghanaian will do what? Will come out and benefit. Every Ghanaian will benefit from the government, And I appeal to the government that the money that they are going to take, the loan they are going to take, they should use it for their intended purpose. Thank you.
All right. We are hoping that it's being used for its intended purpose. Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. I like the fact that he ended with the money
should be used
for the what?
Intended
purpose.
Value for money.
Yes. You know, this government, unfortunately, has been found in using money for not the right thing. And I'll pick it from one or two scandals that has happened so far. You know, the Minister of Education promised Ghanaians that we are going to provide over 1 million coders in the country. So we are doing a coding program. I don't know whether my brother is aware of that particular initiative.
And money where this best for that.
And money, I want to mention the money so that Ghanaians will know that their money were, disbursed for that. So the Minister of Communication was allocated 100 million Ghana cedis for that particular project, and MTN as a sponsor gave them $2 million as sponsor for that. This can be backed by evidence from ACK FM. Yeah, ACK FM on 11th March they published this 2025. They published the sponsorship and everything. So you know, I asked myself one simple question: that how far with that particular project? It's rather unfortunate that they started a very nice initiative. Ghanaian youth were so much interested in it, thinking this is going to be an opportunity to reduce unemployment within the shortest possible time. But we ended up going to a website created by the ministry that has Coursera link. And funny enough, Coursera was doing that particular program as a free course as at that time. So Coursera link, they just copied the link from Coursera, and you can check everything I'm saying. They copied the link from Coursera, placed it on the website, and when you tap on the link there that's supposed to teach you coding, it takes you to Coursera for you to go and enroll on that course. Moreover, the minister mentioned that we have 130 centers for this particular training, that you can go for in-person training to learn the programming, including Accra College of Education. Unfortunately, people went there and nothing was happening there. And even the institution as Accra College of Education, they didn't have teachers who are going to help Ghanaians to learn this. So the initiatives are good. As I mentioned earlier on, this Nkukwo Kitinkiti project, the president in his own mindset has an image of reducing, or a dream of reducing the number of imports of fowls into the country, targeting that within the shortest possible time we should be able to get 3 million fowls within the system. It doesn't take 6 months to 1 year for a fowl to grow. Most of them, these foreign fowls, are within the space of 3 months. And I asked myself that simple question: that how far with that project? Money has been injected into this particular project, over 200 million Ghana cedis into that project. How far with it? So they're saying we are taking 300 million USD for this particular project, expanding the free SHS. We do not have any problem with that. Moreover, I can testify to it that before leaving Osei in 2020, His Excellency the former President Akufo-Addo has built a new dormitory to expand the free SHS accommodation in that particular school. He helped build a new library, a very ultra-modern library to assist students. And that is not only the project within that particular municipality, including Prempeh College was a beneficiary of this particular things I mentioned. And a lot of schools you could think of. Unless maybe my brother didn't pass through this free SHS system. We, those who were there, can say that the government made an effort of expanding accommodation. So do not sit here to say people were sleeping on the floor to get sympathy from Ghanaians. No, it's not that the previous government didn't make effort. They tried. They started something. If we are continuing, it's a perfect idea. But I also ask myself one simple question. If we expand the secondary cycle for a lot of people to come into the cycle, please, are you getting me? Mm-hmm. We eliminate the double track system for us all to run a single track system. Then we should think that our number of teachers is going to increase. So I like the brilliant idea when the president said we are employing about 16,000 teachers. which is a very brilliant idea. Now, Nanado employ teachers. Get your facts right. You can do your research and check. Nanado employed a lot of teachers. He employed a lot of backlogs. You can check. Do you get me? Now, let's look at it from this angle. That means our food expenses are going to increase. Are we making provision for that? How far are we thinking of the long-term impact? Then universities need new facilities to be able to absorb the pressure that is going to come. Is the Ministry of Education thinking of that in the long term? Expanding the free SHS is a brilliant idea, but in the long run, is the nation ready? I'm not saying we shouldn't do, but I think we can put measures in place to consider other tertiary institutions. Now we have our teacher trainees there that they are doing 4-year program. This time around, not 3 years. By 3 years' time, some batch has leave the school. Now it's 4 years, meaning they are having 4 batches in the school, but the facilities there are almost the same. New projects are being done. No new projects are being done. The old ones are still there. What are we doing to ourselves as a nation? Are we enhancing only the base and leave the top? If we have a president who said, in my tenure of office, level 100 is free. When you come, I'm going to pay your academic fees for you. This is going to encourage a lot of young graduates from the senior high level to make an attempt to enter into the university or the tertiary level. Indirectly, we are going to put pressure at the tertiary level. So if programs like the coding and those things are to be encouraged, then we should make sure accountability is being done to achieve everything we are looking for within the shortest possible time. He talked about the TVET, of which it was one of the visions of our former Minister of Education, Honorable Dr. Yawase Duchum. He really preached the TVET in the sense that even linking it to the STEM education system so that the STEM schools can rise again. Today, Bosomtri Girls, which is nowhere near the top class robotics schools in this country, was able to represent Ghana at the international level. This should tell you that what about Papa na yedua ye no eso abanfaso ene, and this government is taking glory for that. We do not want to politicize this in any way, but we are telling the government that if indeed you want to do it, then do it well. We are pleading. Do not do chaotic governance with us. Make sure what you start, you complete. Even if you cannot complete, put structures in place that whoever takes over office in the next future can do it. If not, you're quite by.
Right. So what is one gap in the education sector that you are looking for that this loan that they are going for, they should prioritize that and fix it?
You know, I will say the STEM education. Yes, it should be something
you
government
think it's
should.
not receiving enough funding, or they are not making it a priority?
You see, the schools that were introduced as STEM schools, majority of the schools were, let's say, category C schools.
Misaligned?
Pardon?
Misaligned? Are they misaligning with the...
You see, the STEM schools do not have they do not have the same system like the ordinary senior high school.
Yeah.
Yes. So in terms of facilities and other stuff, the previous government started almost everything from scratch. Almost everything from scratch. Built the schools to that level that they have. Today, some of them are having good facilities due to the consistency of the government to complete those things. The remaining ones that are used by some Girls, for example, should be completed. If we are to channel energies to this particular, because they are the head of ITs today. At the senior high level, they are leading the IT system. They are leading the AI systems. The normal general arts do not have anything to do with AI. They will end up doing sociology at the university and using AI to do their assignment. But the person who can do the proper AI, create the robotics and other stuffs, the person who do not need government employment before working are those doing the STEM. And I think if this government wants a priority, they should really focus more on that, together with the TVET, that's the technical and vocational schools, because they give hands-on jobs. You learn from the scratch. If you go to school to learn auto mechanics, you learn from the scratch, and by the time you are done with the NVTI exams, you are almost there. So the government should prioritize these ones more than or I would say, yes, more than considering our regular senior high schools doing the general, doing the science, doing the home econs, visual arts, and those things. We need more practical things in the system. If the energies are channeled there, why not? I think we all help them. Yes, more energy.
Because you mentioned that if they should focus on that and make it look as if the rest of the courses don't actually matter.
That's why I said more energy, because right now where the world is revolving to, technology is taking over. And a nation that lacks technology stays far. Today we see young Ghanaians being able to do robots. We see young Ghanaians being able to use rubber to generate petrol. We see young Ghanaians doing a lot of wonderful things with tech knowledge. And most of the people within the tech space do not need government employment. And they are even able to work outside the country whilst being home. So it's a very brilliant idea from the Minister of Education. And I believe he being a lawyer as well, he's going to protect his integrity and make sure the right thing is achieved.
The right thing is achieved. Yeah. Well, when this was actually approved in Parliament, the minority raised a concern. And what they pointed out was that Ghana exited from IMF program not less than a year ago, and now they are returning to the debt market so quickly. And it indicates inability to self-finance critical domestic investments. What's your take on that?
Thank you so much. The minority, I don't know, every time there is a good policy coming, they have problems with that. I think this is not their first time of making this kind of statement. Every time they have problem with things that are going to, help us. But I believe that the minister yesterday in Parliament were able to explain what exactly they are going to, do. They highlighted some of their concerns where they were indicating that probably the money is going to be used for the intended purpose, not in a way that the previous government party were using it to do something else. That
don't trigger
I don't know why he's making false claims. Moreover, I have given you an example of what your government has done. Monies were given to them and they didn't use it for the right job. My brother.
You see.
Don't trigger my cure.
So it's a good thing, right? And we should applaud the NDC government. NDC government is a government that cares about the ordinary Ghanaians. If you need a government that has been in power and do something that benefits all Ghanaians, I think we cannot, do away with the NDC government. So we shouldn't be making it look as if that what the minister is what the intention behind which he read the message is something that probably cannot be done. I want to address something my brother says about the science, technology, engineering, the STEM education. Yeah. I think the minister in the media has indicated that with the STEM education, they are going to continue with the expansion of the schools, and they are going to make sure that existing STEM infrastructures, they complete it. So it is something that it is dear to the heart of the Minister of Education, Lawyer Haruna Idrisu, which I believe that he will do anything possible to make sure that before NDC leaves office, we complete the STEM project that was started by Dr. Aduchum. Yes, he was praising Dr. Aduchum. Yes, Dr. Aduchum, if you sit down to listen to some of his policies that he has for the educational sector, definitely you know that the man is a man of bold solutions, bold ideas, innovative. Yes. Oh, yeah, that one, I think I need to praise him. He did something good, but his recent comment on it was degree to nowhere. Now it is not about the degree you have. It is about who knows you or who you know. So whether or not someone did sociology, there are sociologists, there are people who did sociology, but they are working at the bank. There are people who did sociology, but they are working at the engineering sector. So we shouldn't look at it like every program is irrelevant, but we should look at it from a point of view that we need every part of society to survive, whether sociology, whether maths, whether what. These are interconnected something. We need them to be able to what, to succeed, right? So the budget, I believe, it's a good one, and some of these challenges that we are facing, the NDC government intends to do what, address the challenges we are facing in terms of our educational sector, where we provide proper solutions to the challenge. It will not be like we come and sit on radio and argue and make noise, and then hey, there is no solution. This time around, the president is even interested in, expanding this educational infrastructure, where we equip them with skills training and other things. So the president and the general NDC government is interested in all these things that is going to benefit the ordinary Ghanaians. So, and we must also make sure that in as much as we want to do something that is going to benefit us, the money that has been given should be used for intended purpose, so that in the next future, and this MPP will not come and be prosecuting us that, look, you went for a certain loan, that you want to use this loan for this, you want to use this loan for this, like how to me is in jail, right? We don't want to see any NDC person in jail. We want them alive. We don't want them to go to Nsewam. And let me use this opportunity to send my regard to Wuntumi, who is the yes, I know. Oh, Baumia went there. Baumia.
So you're expecting Baumia to take your regards to?
Oh no, Baumia went there. Those there, I think definitely.
You know, after orchestrating, he wants to still sympathize with us.
Don't worry,
you sit, you orchestrate, then you come and sympathize with us.
Yeah.
Oh, our colleagues.
So I think yesterday during the budget reading, we heard that the finance minister mentioned that they are going to be building 10 new SHS and also upgrade 50 SHS to certain categories, whereas we are going to have some category B school upgraded to the category A school, and then it follows on that tangent. What do you think of that?
You see, the ideas are good. I said this from the onset, that they start a very brilliant policy all the time, but my only fear is that the money, you see, he has continuously been pleading that the money should be used for its intended purposes. He has been continuously be repeating that because he know, and he can testify to it, that the money is enkodrufie, it starts the work.
Please, I never said that. So I believe, I think it is important.
So you've
to
not
quote me right.
So you've not said or you've not said.
I said the money should be used for intended purpose.
Exactly, that is where I'm picking it from. I'm building a point from there.
You want to play a mischief?
No. I'm building a point on what you said, that the money should be used for its intended purpose, and I'm telling you that, because you know that Sikanekwa enkodrufie.
I don't know anything. Please.
Then why do you keep pleading?
I don't know anything.
Then stop pleading. Then stop pleading. If you know your people can use it for its intended purpose, then don't be pleading.
I don't know anything that
then don't be pleading. Then don't be pleading. Let me continue my point. So they're having that idea of building 10 new senior high schools is a good initiative. But how long does it take to build a senior high school? This takes some years. Moreover, looking at expansions of schools, this is a brilliant idea. Currently, I feel the government is doing a lot of things at a go. Yes, and every sector, the government is trying to do something there. But it's quite unfortunate the timing is wrong. I would say it's wrong. It's wrong. Things like this should have been done earlier last year or this year, not around this particular time. if you want to do things like this, meaning you have a space of less than 1.5 years to complete all these things, will you be able to complete? We live in a country where we do not have policy governing what your predecessors do, you should complete. We do not have any policy like that that mandates the certain president to complete what the predecessor starts. So it's quite unfortunate. Maybe we have projects that started by Buzia and they were completed by Akufo-Addo. For example, Bekwai Municipal Hospital. It was 40 years in suspension. You can check from your sources. 40 years it was there. No government was having interest to complete the Bekwai Municipal Hospital. And Akufo-Addo came to complete it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? When you look at some projects, and President Kufuor started the affordable houses, Bebre Adani ghetto houses today, because the government couldn't, previous governments came and they couldn't complete. We do not want them to start a project that it will not, get anywhere. If they are starting, they should make sure they complete. Some buildings can be done within 8 months, of which I know some of the classroom blocks, especially the short ones, can be built within 8 months. Government should try as much as possible, work within the shortest possible time, and get stuff like this being done. Else, if we are to look at big projects like the E-blocks structure that government built, then I don't think this particular 1.5 year period is enough for that. So I will plead with government. Right now, they are in power. We do not have much to say. All that we can do is to plead. So we are pleading with them. My brother, as you are close with them, when you go and tell President Mahama that we, the ordinary Ghanaian, we are saying that the project you are starting, make sure you complete. All right, thank you so much.
Did you complete your own?
Let me back to what we just...
1 minute, please.
1 minute, okay. I think that expanding SHS education is good. Building new ones too is good. But the point is that the existing ones which are left over, the government have reaffirmed to his commitment that he is going to make sure that we complete the existing ones. So if we want to build new senior high schools, the existing ones that we have, the government is going to make sure that, look, we complete that existing ones, so that in the near future it's not be like, oh, NDC for buy the MPP for buy. No, we are not like the MPP. NDC is a party that believes in continuity. We will continue the project that needs to be continued. Thank you.
So very soon we are going to be saying goodbye to double track, just as the government has said, and certain schools will be upgraded from category C to B, from B to A, so that these schools can accommodate more students, so that you'll be able to go to your preferred schools just as you wanted it. So that will be all for our first topic for discussion. So delving into our second topic briefly, is related to Wuntumi's convention again, and this time around the minority is asking for is demanding for equal enforcement for the fight against illegal mining. All they're asking is that if you're prosecuting my people, you should be bold enough to prosecute your people who are involved in illegal mining. And it's alleged that we have members of the NDC equally involved in illegal mining, whereas we have the likes of, allegedly, the likes of Abanga and also Yamin, who are still under investigation, and we are yet to find out if indeed they are involved in illegal mining. These are your demands, Makio.
You see, we, the MPP, do not have any problem with enforcement of law. Moreover, we made an attempt, or we made an effort trying to resolve this particular problem. And we've been fighting that Galamsey should stop since Akufo-Addo's first term. Continuously through 2020, making us lose a lot of our seats at the mining areas, of which you could testify to it as a journalist. Moreover, coming down the line to 2024, things even go worse at the mining areas. We lost almost all our seats there. It's quite unfortunate that this government, during their campaign period, they were telling miners that we are going to make sure the Galamsey gurus, I mean your fathers in the Galamsey, the political leaders who are sponsoring you with money, we are going to get them arrested, and yes, and leave the young ones, give them presidential pardon, or I mean we are going to give them fair justice, since they are not the ones doing the real deal. Today, we have similar issue on the table. Chama won to me, allegedly. Oh, okay. Now court.
The criminal.
Let me complete.
Call him by his name, a criminal. Chama won to me.
Let me complete.
So at this juncture, you don't
he get a gas. Don't worry.
Oh, take your time. Be easy on him.
You know, as of 2002, some NDC members were called criminals. So I understand. It's normal. You know, when you are being arrested and being imprisoned politically, that's how it sounds. You know, the issue on the table right now is the NPP are being seen as people that this government is attacking, in the sense that even the Attorney General himself has given some names to the Yoko to do investigations about these people, that so and so, including the third national deputy chairman of your party, being involved in Galamsey activities. Go and investigate this guy, including the national organizer of your party. Go and investigate these people. The NDC are not paying attention to matters like that, but rather focusing more on the opposition. Is it political intimidation? If we are to say we are giving fair justice, then your fair justice shouldn't be given to people who insult political leaders, like the gentleman who insulted Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the former president, the former vice president, and NDC through the Ghana Police Service arrested that gentleman. Dr. Bawumia said, "Leave him. They've been insulting me for years. Leave him." Politics is being seen in that way. One way or the other, people might not agree with you unless people make false claims. Today, they are arresting, they've arrested more than 17 of our communicators. Back to back, every day, every month, we are arresting somebody.
So the people insulting the president and their wife are all communicators.
You see, it's not, some are not formal. Let me put it that way. But so far as the person mentioned, I'm speaking on behalf of MPP, we assume that the person is part of us. I'll come to that. We are not saying the wrong should continue. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But justice should be served equally. If you say Chamaon to me is a Galamsey guru, then we have some NDC members that the Attorney General has personally filed against them to Iyoku. Arrest those people. Take them through the right procedures. Do not channel your energy on only the MPP members.
But they are under investigation.
Some of MCs are allegedly, let me mention names and their constituencies.
Do you have
official documents?
Do they have evidence that indeed they were caught involved in illegal mining?
So they are all alleged.
Right.
But if we want the nation right, call them, investigate them. But we do not hear anything about matters like that.
What if they are doing it without your knowledge?
Oh, come on. We are in this country. As an opposition, very vigilant. You want to tell me if they are investigating somebody in the NDC, we will not know. We were here, miracles were picked, the whole nation heard of it. Party in power. If you arrest your own person, we will not hear.
So you've not heard of the NDC?
So you want to tell me all the people in Yoko?
The branch organizer who has been picked up.
I'm coming. You see, their style of arrest, they protect some and leave some. Moreover, others too, the process must be fast track. It's sad. The energy they used on Chamaun to me, we need the same energy there. That's what we are talking about. Because today, you know one certain, Galamsey is one of the biggest contribution to Gold Boss income.
How do you know?
I'm coming. I'll break it down. Now, Gold Board has.
Would you be able to prove that?
Oh yes. I'm coming.
We are de-associating ourselves.
Don't worry. I'm establishing a fact. Whoever watch this video, wherever they will sit and think about it, will understand where I'm coming from. Now, the galamsey we are doing in this country, or the galamsey that's happening in this country, is as a result of the government seizing licenses from people, revoking licenses from those who are doing the small-scale mining legally. Now, a lot of these people are having their machines at home and they are back on their field doing the galamsey. I mean, Gold Boy said, I am the prime buyer of gold this time around. I'm buying every gold within the system. Then I ask myself the next question. How many mining companies are in Ghana? Let's compare it to how many galamsey sites are in Ghana. If that's the case, then the mining companies, what is their contribution to Gold Board? Now, the galamsey people, where are their golds passing? Because they are not doing smuggling. All the golds they are mining are being bought. And they are bought by who? That's where the question lies.
But Gold Board has made it clear that they are not purchasing gold from galamseyers or illegal miners.
You see,
but they are purchasing from small-scale miners who are legally mining.
You see, somebody has done galamsey. Gold Henry. The person would like to sell it. Selling it through who? Now you are saying you are purchasing through small-scale miners. I have the gold. I have done the galamsey. I'm having the gold now. What is the next procedure?
Did you read about the trace and track?
I have to go and sell it.
But did you read about the trace and track where they mentioned that if they trace and they track and find out that this gold was brought out as a result of illegal mining, they are going to seize it and also arrest the individual?
And is it happening? That's the next question.
But have they caught anybody?
You see, I always say that the documentation is different and the reality is different. I always stand for reality. What is happening on the grounds? So do you want to tell me that ever since this government started fighting galamsey, they've not purchased gold from any other source apart from the mining companies? These are documentations. So where are the galamsey people selling their goods? Where are they passing through? But they get the money. They don't chew the gold. At the end of the day, they don't cook the gold and eat. Unlike Chamaun to me, who once, brought gold back on TV, showing them that this is my gold. These people, they buy and sell. So who is buying the gold? These are critical questions we should ask ourselves. So it's not that we should, overlook the fact that they have their disclaimer saying we don't support it. And yes, you do not support it, of which we all know. But I'm saying that if we want the right thing to be done, then we should put structures in place that will make everyone in this country feel comfortable on matters pertaining to galamsey. Arrest the gurus you promised Ghanaians you will arrest. You know them. You cannot tell me that within the whole 8 years of the MPP, it was only Chamaun to me who was, part of this galamsey issue as at now since the quotas declared.
Right. Thank you, Makion. Elaj,
I think that
what is your government putting in place to make sure that those that are part of your party that are equally involved in illegal mining, they are taking measures to investigate these people and also bring them to book?
Okay, thank you so much. I think for the record, no one in our political party, NDC, is engaged in illegal mining.
How do you know that?
And there is no any research that indicates that factions from the NDC party are engaged in illegal mining. And there is no court. That is how I know that.
Please can I correct that one?
There is no court that has ruled against us that a party, a national youth organizer of a party or organizer of a party is involved in galamsey. So all these conversations surrounding illegal mining are all allegations. They are not backed with facts. So you can come and stand here, you can come and sit here, say, oh, these are allegations which were made by probably other people who think that these people are involved in galamsey. You mentioned the national youth, the national organizer, Yamin. involved in Galamsey.
Allegedly
Involved in Galamsey. And he even came out to indicate that they should investigate him if he is involved in Galamsey. They should investigate him. Right. So up till now, there have not been any established legal investigations against him. I don't believe we should be acting on allegations. We should get our fact right. We can't come and sit here and be acting on allegations. It is very poor. And one point he made is that Galamsey is the biggest contributor to Gold Board. These are all untrue statements that the MPP keep on making. Gold Board came out to clarify that they deal with small scales mining, and small scales mining is one of their largest contributor when it comes to Ghana's gold production. So the fact has been set right, the fact has been set straight. MPP should stop making false allegations about Gold Board and Sami Gyamfi. That does not help Ghana. And he made mention that MPP lost all their seats in mining areas.
Almost.
You said you didn't. Almost. I wrote it here. You didn't say almost.
I think with the first statement,
yes,
you said almost, and the second statement
you said So that means
no. Then we'll play the video.
We play. That means
don't worry.
Almost all.
So they claim.
Don't worry.
They claim that MPP lost all their seats in Obuasi, in all the Galamsey mining,
get your fight.
In all the mining areas. These are false. If you go to Obuasi East is an MPP stronghold. They didn't lose their seat. If you go to Bekwai, if you go to Obuasi West, Adansi Asokwa, Adansi North, Adansi South, these are all areas that deals in Galamsey, that are into Galamsey gold. What do you call it? Production. They sell some there, but this is false. So, bro, advise yourself next time when you go to radio, you shouldn't make that kind of claim. If you go to Western Region to Takwan Suayem, Prestia, Huni Valley, Wasa East, and send them to court, prosecute them, send them to jail. I think the solution is we are on the way. So we should praise the NDC government for jailing Wontumi for 12 lessons, because the kind of distractions Wontumi have caused to our water body. Currently is in court again for the tunnel. Yes. So I believe that this is not intended. What the minority is saying that it is a political something that the government. Yeah, there is no any political something. This is a something that Nanado and the people created in 2019, and we are using that same law to prosecute you people. So at the end of the day, if you come and then you want to communicate to us, you want to create the impression that look, NDC is interested in jailing the other political opponent, then it shouldn't be so. That is actually not our intention. We said we bring Sedinam Tamaklu to serve her jail sentence. She's in Ghana. She's at Sawom serving the jail.
Are you sure she's there?
Yes, she's there. She's there. You can go there and go and check. Yes, you have to go there and go and check, but you are asking. He's there. She's there. So this shows that the government believes in transparency, accountability, whether you are part of the government, whether you are not part of the government. What they believe in is that those who are involved in illegal mining, they prosecute them, send them to court, and make sure that they jail them like Wontumi, that it is in court. I want to use this opportunity to send my regards to Chairman Wontumi. Chairman, shedding. Nema ebeko yiwai enche MPP mobet na opposition ache. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much once again. It's quite unfortunate that our colleagues always find ways and means to distort facts. I made statistics talking about mining areas. My colleague said I said it's all mining areas. No problem. I will admit, since he has said that and explained a lot. But I am saying that almost all mining areas, and I'm stretching on that for the sake of the records. Again, with respect to Wuntumi's matter, honestly, there were matters that were even reported before You know, 15th of July, the Attorney General, yes, 15th of July, the Attorney General, that's 2025, the Attorney General sent a list of people who are from the NDC party doing galamsey. And this matter has been, quietly within the system. This is something we shouldn't, be politicizing it. Today, Untumi has been served justice. He's facing his court sentences. No problem about that. But what of the rest? What of the rest? You do not sit here to let Ghanaians feel like the government is thinking about solving galamsey problem whilst doing it hard on one particular party. You keep claiming allegedly. That's how Wuntumi's case started. It was allegedly until it became reality. Last week I was here, and as at the time we were talking, he was in court, and we were using the word allegedly. By the time we left this place, few minutes later, he was inside. How sure are you that the allegedly are not guilty? We shouldn't. We shouldn't play politics around it.
You are allegedly a criminal. You are saying that.
No. We shouldn't play politics around it.
Be based on assumptions. That is my point.
So let's fast track the process. Let the right thing be done. Moreover, thanks to everyone watching us out there and the NSS people who have gotten so much patience waiting for their 715 there's 60 Ghana cedis refund. And thanks to my mom for bringing me up to this level.
I think before we go, I want to use this opportunity to invite NSS people, service personnel, to come today at the Accra International, the Accra City Campus, to come and join us in
location.
The Accra City Campus, the JCR conference room, to come and join us to send our message to the NASPA people and the NSA. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you're a national service personnel, make sure that you attend that meeting. Let them address your issues. Thank you so much, Yelaj, and thank you, Makion, for joining me right here on the morning show. Thank you so much for joining us on the morning show. We had such an incredible time. Incredible. Yelaj and Makion. They are brothers, so they are doing their politics on camera, but back door they are brothers. So if you are in the house, you say you die for your party, you die forever. The big six, they will come for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll meet same time next week. Do have a lovely weekend.
Your morning star, right? News, views, inspiration, and great conversations. From Accra to the world, we bring the fresh stories, fresh energy every morning.